Let's wait till someone comes in. All right. So, Cyndi, are you excited?
I'm so excited.
Are you excited? All right. Oh, we can zoom in. Look at us go. Look how industrious we can be. I hope some people tune in tonight. This is kind of a random thing, but Cyndi, Jeremy, and I went to V-Rock and we bought these 5 cabochons. Cyndi bought these, and then I'm giving Cyndi this plain sterling silver cuff bracelet. So you're going to watch us construct a cuff bracelet out. Jeremy, thank you so much. Jeremy's right across the way, and he's going to work on a bezel. So I gave this to Cyndi. This is a vintage sterling silver bracelet, signed LES. Oh, Sith Trish made it. Sith Trish, are you in store for a show tonight? So we are in the studio, and I hope it's not too loud, but I do need to speak up because eventually I'm going to turn the torch on, and it's going to be extremely loud. I am teaching my friend Cyndi Wilson how to make a bezel tonight. Cyndi, have you ever done any sort of silversmithing?
No,
Have you ever done anything right in your whole life?
not really.
Okay, not really. Do you want to lie to the people and just tell them the truth? Just tell them the truth that you've absolutely messed everything up always. Are you ready to burn my house down?
I'm gonna try to.
High five. High five. All right. So we are going to learn how to make a bezel. Cyndi chose these stones. This is carnelian. This is apatite. Yes, my hands are very dirty already. Extremely dirty hands. And by the way, this is my bench. Yes, extremely dirty. Dusty, dusty, dirty. All right. Apatite, carnelian. This is a ruby zoisite. But look at what happens with this ruby zoisite. Cyndi, come look. Come look, come look, come look. So Cyndi chose this. Look at what happens.
Oh,
Watch.
wow.
Look at that right there. See it? The nature's thumbprint. That's why I told you to get this one. You picked out the best one. Sugarloaf cabochon, so it's 4-sided rounded corners. And what I told her is to choose a stone that would be very even across for the bezel. So this is a bezel wire, and this is what we're going to start with tonight. And we're going to do at least one. What I do is I make sure the overlap is about that much, meaning you need some bezel wire to rock over that stone. So I'll walk you through making a bezel on this one, and then Cindy's going to courageously take over. You should see the look on her face. She's going to courageously take over, and she's going to mount this, which is a star garnet. Very, very dark star garnet. And then she's going to get courageous and she's going to mount this cabochon amethyst that she chose. So thank you so much for tuning in today. I would walk you around the studio, but it is not in good condition. A restoration that is out on my desk that you will watch me restore. I opened up this bezel on this vintage 1920s, 1930s Native American cuff bracelet, and I opened this up to get the stone out. It is missing a small wire work here, which I will create by hand, and then it is broken on several of the bands. Several of the bands on the inside are snapped and broken from people adjusting these incorrectly over the years. You know, when you put a cuff on and you fidget with it and you go like this, you got to adjust it every single time, and I tell you not to. The reason I tell you not to is you always snap these after a certain amount of time. It's called work hardening, and I learned that in silversmithing. So this is like work hardened. You know, you go back and forth with a paper clip over 10 years and you're going to break it. You know, you take a paper clip and you go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you know what happens? The crystalline structure breaks. So see the crystalline structure in the metal? It does not like to be fidgeted with, and people just can't stop. They can't help themselves. So I say, please don't do that, because now an artist like me has to go in and restore this. So that's going to be a restoration that's out on my desk, so stay tuned for that. Now, things that we're going to use today, we're going to use very simple tools. We are going to use a ring clamp. This will eventually be used, so this is a ring clamp. If you ask yourself what kind of tools do you need, you don't have to spend a lot. We need a little pair of nippers to cut our solder pallions, and that's what they're called, solder pallions. I always have needle nose pliers handy. I have about 15 to 20 pairs of these. There's also the internal nipper here, so you can use those to nip your metal. We do need a bezel pusher or a rocker. So this will rock over our bezel later on. It's smooth on one side, pointed here, and it's very good to bezel set your stones. We'll get into that eventually. You all asked for this video, so that's why I'm doing it. Half round file. Can you please continue to hit the thumbs up? Only 3 thumbs up and 26 people along for the ride. This is a very rare occurrence. I usually do not allow people into my studio, nor do I allow the camera into my studio. So this is a very odd occurrence, but I'm ready for it. One of my obsessive compulsive projects I'm personally working on, I'm going back to making my sterling silver flowers. And these are the filaments that I use for the silver flowers. Jeremy's going to be watching the chat because I am not. I am in the creative mode right now. I'm not in the chat mode in my brain. Pieces, parts, and components that I was working on other projects. I always show you the way I work in the studio, and this is on a sterling silver tray as well. All right, we're gonna get into this. We are going to go after, and a ring shank I was working on because I do square ring shanks because I've said before, our fingers are not round, they are square. Do you see how that fits so beautifully? Because our fingers are actually square shaped, they're not round. I love that. I love that idea. It was an old bangle that I decided to redo. All right, enough of the distractions. Jeremy, watch the chat, please. Any trolls, throw them out. I don't need negativity in my studio. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve it any day of the week, but especially when I'm in my happy place. This is going to be another project. This is a Jabo marble, and I recycled these Egyptian revival style wings. So I hope you enjoy watching that video coming soon to a theater near you. And these are 2 Jabo marbles, and this is for Connie and Gail. So Connie and Gail, if you're watching, I owe you these from 3 years ago. So when someone says, will you take commissions? Yes, as soon as I get my projects done. They didn't pay for these, but these are gifted to Connie and Gail. And I don't remember which of my friends chose which stone, but these are Jabo marbles. I'm going to bezel set these as well. They're going to become pendants for my 2 local friends. That needs to be made. And I owe Joshy Boy a ring, and I owe Kristen Roth a pendant. I said I would do it. Here is a bezel wire that's going to be used on these Jabo stones. So you can see that that bezel wire is going to be absolutely stunning on these stones. And these are glass cabochons that were turned into glass cabochons from Jabo marbles. Enough of that. Cyndi, tell them about your day while I continue to kind of show them what I'm going to do. I don't like talking while I work. I don't like it. So you can tell them about your day, tell them how you're excited. Why did you want to do this? What inspired you to be in my studio with me? What was your intention? I got to put this on here too. We need some energy. It's my little lucite orb, but I made a little silver stand for it. Yeah, isn't it? I know. Okay, go ahead. Take it away, girl.
I mean, I love the Re-Rack shop. That's probably one of my most favorite stores to go into. And when you had offered the opportunity, I was so excited. Just creatively to see what you do with how you do what you do is just probably one of the most wonderful experiences that were about to happen.
Yep. And how long have you waited for this day? 10 years?
How long have I known you?
10 years. 10 years of waiting. 10 years of waiting.
11 years.
Okay. So Jeremy, why don't you guys discuss how you guys know each other as well while I work? And then just have a candid conversation like nobody's here. Just do it.
So me and Jeremy, we worked together.
Yes.
We worked together for 6 years.
6 or 7. Yeah, probably 6 years.
We worked in hospice care, so that's kind of, I've been a nurse for about 20 years, and hospice care has been the majority of that. And Jeremy has been in healthcare for, how long have you been in healthcare, Jeremy?
I was in healthcare for 18 years.
18 years. It wrecks your body, but you do good things for people.
Yes, yes.
So we worked together and just kind of became best friends out of that, and now we're just growing old together, I guess.
So in other words, I got stuck with you.
Yeah.
So in other words,
stuck with me for life.
in other words, I'm just stuck. Yeah. Okay, I'll take it. I will say that if you weren't friends with Jeremy, I mean this, I would have chose you. I would have absolutely chose you to be in my life. And I mean that. I'm not just saying it because we're on, camera. I'm saying it because you're just so special and so different. And the one thing about you that I've never, we have our differences of opinion. You've never judged me. You never once judged me. And that's a refreshing thing to have in a friend.
She also asked you to moon people.
We weren't going to go there during studio time. But yeah, we weren't going to go there during studio time. But since you brought it up, Cyndi is a bad influence. She made me pull my pants down. And it wasn't the best. It wasn't
I mean,
my
I
best.
don't know if made's the right word.
I would
suggested and
say
you were
I would
allowed
say
it.
highly encouraged me to pull my pants down. And I mean, I was an adult at the time. I could have refused, but no, didn't happen. I don't like the way this bezel's going. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna get rid of all this excess. So I'm gonna struggle with this for a second, but I'm gonna put this on a flat sheet. I'm kind of not liking where this is headed.
Okay.
But I'm gonna anneal this. I'll be right back. So Cindy's
Okay.
gonna keep you company, and
Okay.
she'll talk to you. Thank you. Jeremy, for hiding somebody. I don't know what happened, but
Yeah, it's someone who thinks that they can be cute.
oh,
Sorry,
sorry.
Jason,
Sorry,
77
Jason.
art.
Sorry. I'm so sorry you didn't like studio time, but this is my happy space. So, Jason, although we share the same name, we're really not the same person.
Go drift somewhere else.
You apparently are slightly stupid, and I forgive you for it. So you've been forgiven, but you've also been dismissed from the fun. So unfortunately, now no one can see you, and I'm grateful for it. So thank you all so much for tuning in. I'm going to straighten out this bezel wire. I'm going to anneal this, which basically means I'm going to heat this up to get this a little bit softer because I'm struggling over here. I'm struggling with that. I don't like how it's going. So hi, Pistachio, welcome in. I'm going to anneal this, and you don't need to see the process. I turn the torch on, I heat up the metal, I quench it in water, and then I bring it back over to the pad where I'm going to continue to make that bezel. We only have approximately 400 pounds of acetylene, which is slightly problematic, but Industrious Jones over here is going to get this cuff bracelet done and situated. And I almost caught my whole house on fire just now. All right, here we go. We're going to do light the torch. Sorry if there's a little bit of noise in the background. Cyndi, watch this. Look, come here. Come here. So what we're going to do is we're going to evenly heat this, and we'll bring them over to the soldering cabinet a little bit. We're just going to not keep jostling the camera. And Jeremy, thanks for watching the chat. I appreciate you.
That up on?
So
tile?
it's basically, they used to be old asbestos blocks, but this one's made with some sort of composite. It doesn't have asbestos in it, thank God, but it does have like a heat sink. And then this is lava rock, which is in the rest of it. So it's used to watch what happens. Look. So it eats the flame. So like they heat up real hot, and it pulls the heat away. Okay. See how it vanished? And then we'll just heat this up. We are going to change the torch tip here in just a few moments. I like a medium torch tip, even with the smaller work. When I was in school, I didn't have the luxury, and then we quench. Did you see? We put it in hot, and we quench it in cool water. I'm going to switch this out because this is going to take too long. So we're going to go with this. It's, I believe, a 2-aught torch. So we're going to put that one on instead, and this will be loud, so don't jump. There we go. And be right with you guys. Thank you, Jeremy, for watching the chat. I appreciate you. I hope Mary comes in. I don't think she knows that we're in the studio. How's everyone doing out there in YouTube land? Check on with our people, Jeremy, and tell them about our sale tomorrow night. Tell them about our sale tomorrow night. Do we have some more problems? Nope. Okay, good. I don't want any problems in the chat. All right. So we got that heated. I'm kind of not a fan of the orange peel that just happened. It doesn't matter. We will file that down. Now what we're going to do is, now that this is nice and soft, so what I did is I annealed. Watch how soft this is. Look, you just bend it with your finger. It's like butter.
Does that just
Annealed is, yeah, like I said about the crystalline structure earlier, the crystalline structure will work harden, and it refuses to want to bend. All right, now we've got soft and buttery, and watch this. So we've got a soft and buttery bezel wire. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to keep the seam off of the corner as much as possible. So I'm going to kind of move this around this way. I'm going to trim this off here. So I want it in the center of a side rather than on a corner. Okay, that's really sloppy, but I'll fix it. I'm going to go on a flat sheet off camera. And I hope everyone's enjoying it. 22 people decided to courageously join in and say, I am here for this. I want to learn right alongside of Cyndi. We're going to get rid of this because I don't like it. So we're just going to do this, and we're going to do it right there. Cyndi, I like to try and keep the seam in the center of the stone side. So like when you look here, it doesn't have to be dead center, but do you see what I did? I readjusted that. Yeah. See what I'm saying? Yeah. And then what we do is we kind of take it as close to the stone as we can get it. And a lot of times I'll use the flat part of this, and then I'll just kind of, you don't fold it over because you can't do that yet. You got to keep it parallel to the stone. So you have to keep the flat edge of this parallel to the stone. and then you go around the whole stone, and you kind of flatten it towards the stone, and you got to hold really tight with your fingers. And that's why you have to have agile hands.
And what type of stone is that called?
This is ruby zoisite, and it's a star ruby zoisite. So it's like a rough ruby, but I believe that it might be starting to form with tanzanite. I don't know exactly the chemical property, nor do I care. I just love Mother Nature at her best, and boy, this is Mother Nature at her best.
When you
So
think about like Mother Nature makes all of it.
it's insane.
Yeah.
And then, technologically, I love lab created stones as well,
Yeah.
because man creating something just as beautiful or, equally as beautiful, I like it. I'm not going to say I don't like lab created, because I do. All right, we kind of got that situated, and I'm okay with it. I wish it was a little bit better, but I'll show you all on camera now. You just kind of got to rough it out. But do you see what just happened? The bezel wire wants to stay around the stone now. It is a little bit tall. It is a little bit tall for the stone, meaning there's slightly more of a gap in between the stone and the bezel. And that is because the stone is slightly higher on this side than it is on this side. We can remedy that as a problem-solving silversmith. So you'll have to bear with me on this one, and I'll show you what I do rather than just do it. I'll show you along the way. I'm going to put a little line here, so that you can see that there's a little give in that, but that's as close to a bezel as you need to be, really. It could be a little bit tighter, but when I score the line, I hold there. So what you do is you look at the overlap, and then you use a little probe or whatever you want to use. I use my calipers just because you're not supposed to, and I don't follow rules. So I'm going to score this right there where that overlap is, and I'll show you what I just did on camera. So I scored there, and there is your scored line. See it? You can see it right there. And then what I do is I take my shears and I cut that line right on the line. So see, Cyndi, what I did is I'll show you, honey. So you want to make sure that this is super tight. Like, look, you could put your stone in there and see how it fits.
Right.
It needs to be a little bit tighter, but I'm not going to be too finicky.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you all again. So here we go for a bezel. You just put the stone in and it fits in. A little bit loose. I'm not a fan. Don't worry about the shape of it just yet. We'll get to that. Don't freak out. And you'll say, but wait, it doesn't look as perfect as your other bezels that you do. We'll get there. Just keep your pants on. It's not a problem. The small things always work out. So there's this. And then do you see how that fits down in? We scored here because we held this together. We scored there, okay?
Yeah.
Now we know to cut there, because then that's going to be your seam.
Okay.
So let's just do, and it was a little bit big, but I'm going to move this out of the way so you don't cut your other line. And then I'm going to look in the light, and I'm going to go right about there. So we can do a little bit bigger. So it's going to be a little bit big, but I want to show them. Cut a little bit big. They always say measure twice, cut once. So you can see that there's a slight overlap there. You don't want that overlap there, because that's not going to work for a good solder seam. So you want to remove a little bit more metal. You want to remove a tiny little bit more. So I always cut a little bit big, and then I eyeball it. And this is 30 years of experience. So I'll show you what I cut off. I cut off this much stuck in my nail. There you go. I cut off that much to adjust the bezel. We put that in our scrap, which is right here. We put it in our scrap pile. I'm a very big stickler for recycling. Look how exact now. Did you see what I just did? And that's experience in the studio. So that is total experience, right? This will be slightly too big still, because there's still a little gap around it. So as we solder it together, we might take out a little bit more. Probably take out another, let me take a look at this and not talk at the same time. Very distracting. Let me do, I'm going to do this side. And now I feel much better. I took off that much. Okay, see that little, see that? That's a little adjustment. Did you see what I did? And look how flush. See what I'm saying? So it lines up very well. All right, what we're going to do with this now is we're going to, oh, I don't like how crooked that is. Now we're going to file this a little bit. Give me 1 second. I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to show them what I do. And the file only cuts in one direction. So don't go like this. You don't do that. You file in this direction. It cuts in one direction. And we want it really level and really flush. So here we go. And look at this. Look at the way that lines up. Bingo. And even the peaks of the bezel line up. Do you see the peaks of the bezel? Do you see how that is? Okay, enough talk. Let's line this up with some great care. And what we do now is we want to solder this together. We can adjust this though. Just remember, you can adjust this. Once we lay this over the stone, after we solder this together, we can solder that. We'll solder this together. Make sure it lines up better than that. We'll solder that together off camera, and I'll take you over to the solder pad in a minute, but just not yet. I'm not ready for that. Let's see here. Let's do this. Let's line it up. And then do you see how I create tension? So when I did that, I want it to line up exactly. Top to bottom, I need it to line up.
Okay.
And on this side, I need it to line up this way. I need it to line up this way.
Karen.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, all right. So here we go. We got it all lined up. All right. There's no gap in that. And do you see just a little bit of tension? You want a little bit of tension. Look how thin the seam is. You know, people say you have to have really strong eyes for this. And I'm like, you not only have to have strong eyes, but strong hands. Look at the way the bezel lines up. See it? That's perfection. That is great. And that's how quick it happens. All right. So now we don't have to struggle with that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over, Cyndi, and we're going to solder this together. So you take, this is flux. All right, guys, I'll show you this in just a sec. Let me bring you over to the soldering pad. So this is flux, and this is ground up. Basically, it's like silica or glass. This is my brush. Look at it. I've hit it with the torch 12 times, 12,000 times. And look at the bristles. Should I get a super chat for a new brush? All right, anyone out there want to buy me a new brush with another super chat? This is Nubs. This is my lucky brush called Nubs. So this used to be a thorough brush, you know, and this has been with me. And then when someone says, you know, they come in my channel and they go, he's not who he says he is. He's not a silversmith. Yeah, you're right. I have hit this brush with a torch 1,242 times. Okay, anyways. All right, we're going to get into this. They're doing coffee chat while we're studioing, and that's perfect. I'm glad they're into coffee. Well, let's do this, and let's do this here. Watch, and we'll do this here.
So what material is that?
This is ground up glass or silica. Yeah, it's like it's like glass ground up in water. It is. Let's see here if it says what it is. Chemically, it doesn't list it, but it's like a silica. It's like glass. And it's the white brazing Staysil flux. It's the only flux that I use. All right, so, and then I have a bad joke. The people that don't like me out on YouTube, they're probably still watching. I don't blame you. I'd be obsessed with me too. Oh, God, that sounded terrible. But I would be obsessed with me. To those that don't enjoy me, go flux yourself. Okay, enough of that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. So look at the solder seam. It's going to be ideal. Now we're going to start this up. Now you got to go past the flame there. Okay. So that's our torch. Let me show everyone the torch tip. So this is what I use. That is the cone-shaped torch right there. That's my torch. Okay, everyone. Now that I burned my phone or Jeremy's phone. Let's do a little solder pallion. These are my solder pallions that I already pre-cut in flux. So these are the little solder pallions that I cut by hand. Those are what I use for solder. If you want to use larger solder pieces, go ahead, but you're going to have a nightmare of cleanup. And then Cyndi, we line this up, but watch what happens. So when the flux jumps around, it wants to like cool. So you just put that in there and you don't worry about where it's at. You just put the little pallion in there and you heat it up so you burn the flux off of it. Okay. So it doesn't matter where you put it.
Keep that little piece there?
It's to keep the piece there and to clean the metal so the solder seam is clean. Wow. And then when we go in here, I need to move. This isn't going to happen. So what is going to happen is this, and I'll be right back because that's not going to happen. And I need this because this is 900 degrees. I need this over here, and I need to see what I'm soldering because that's not going to happen. I can't see anything over there. So we're going to do this and just be really mindful because I burned myself on this lamp about 42 times already. And I had a really bad infection on my hand one time because I had really burnt my hand. I mean, it gets really hot. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to be able to see what I need to see, and hopefully that doesn't tip over and no one trip over the cord. All right, let's come back over here. We'll move our self over to the soldering pad in just a minute. Let me move. Now I can see what we're doing.
Trish, we'll have those samples available tomorrow with the sale. So you may get a bag of bully clay.
So this is our probe. I have a tendency not to try and stick the tweezers in because you can heat these up. This can get hot, this can get hot, and this can get hot. Not these ever in my torch. Not these ever in my torch, and not these ever in my torch. But this is a probe. We can heat this up as hot as we want. The handle is insulated. So you see that little solder pallion? We want to move that guy over to the seam. So we want to get him over to the seam. And now I lost track of the seam because I can't see it. So let's see here. Boy, oh boy, that seam is so good I lost it. Oh wait, here it is. It's on this opposite side. All right, now I'm on the wrong side, but now I'm on the right side. All right, I don't know if that relaxed enough. Hold on, let's take a quick peek. Let's double check. Thanks everyone for joining in. Jeremy's supposed to thank all of ya. We'll just leave it right here, out of the way. Just don't back up into the torch. Nope, that's not gonna work, but this is. All right, now we're lined up again. So let's drop that down there. So nope, it's not lined up again. Hold on. Finicky Jones over here. I just have to make sure that these are right. If I get past this point, you know, and it's not right, this is where you need to be technical. The rest of it, soldering it down, cutting the bezel out, it's easy. That is cake. This is the hard part. That's why in school, you don't learn soldering until the second semester. Now what I do, Cyndi, is I heat up the whole thing evenly, like that, and then I scoot this guy over at the last minute, like right now. Once that gets to that color, see how it flashed red, reddish orange? So now the flame is way too hot, but I'm agile. I'm not going to be afraid of it. I'm going to say, it's way too hot. Hold on, we're going to turn it down a little bit. It's way too hot. And we're going to scoot this little solder pallion that's stuck to the bottom. We're going to scoot that over towards that solder seam. And we're going to get this guy positioned so that, nope, it's not going to work. Let me get that off of there. Okay, hold on. Let's move another pallion over. I don't like that one. We're going to grab another one. Hold on. Get that off of there. And then I'll bring everyone over to the pad and I'll show you. I'll do a solder seam if anyone wants to see it on camera. I'll move you over, but not right now. It's just not going to happen. That's why I don't do these. I just sound like such a bitch. You know, I don't want to be a bitch, but I have to be specific in my work. All right, here we go. Now we're cruising. Now watch what I do. I pick it up. Watch this, Cyndi. Now look, see where it's at? It's right on the seam. And then you got to evenly heat. Watch. Even heat, the whole thing. The whole bezel. Not just right there. Okay, you want to everyone always wants to go, oh, I'm going to torch that. You're going to melt the whole thing. So you go like this. Even. Watch what happens. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Boom. Did you see it?
Yeah.
It jumped right on where it needed to go. Now watch that. Wait, watch this seam. Look at that. To where there is no bypass. Look at it. Do you see it?
Yeah.
There's no bypass. It becomes like a whole thing. All right, guys, let me quench. And then I'm going to move you over and I'm going to show you how the seam went. So we got the seam together and look at how great it came out. There is your solder seam and a minimal amount of cleanup. Now, when we did this, we bypassed it and we kept the tension in that bezel. Now, this should fit down over our stone and it is going to be a little bit big. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's going to be perfect. So check that out for how tight that bezel is. Now you're going to say, I don't like this right here. That's not a problem. Watch what happens. You take your file, after you get your little mallet, you take your file. Yep, we'll get to that one in a second. You take your little hammer and watch what I do. I'll hammer that down a little bit to make that in contact with the stone. Now watch what happens. So check this out. Look at this. David Berkheimer, thank you for the super chat. I just hammered that and look at what happened. It's flush now. We can clean this up later. Don't worry about that. There's no overlap. There's no overlap. Feel this. Is there any overlap on that? Feel with your nail. Is there any overlap?
No.
No, because I lined it up exact. Like, think about how thin the metal is. And other people would be like, well, that would take me 45 minutes. It sure would. It sure should take you 45 minutes. It should take you an hour to do it. And it probably will when we do your cabochon amethyst. You'll struggle and you'll say, can you help me? And I'll say, yeah, just you try your best and then I'll help you. So I'm going to have you work on this one. And you can either do it here or I'll make you a space. Yes, Jeremy. Here, I'll make you a space.
A video on some metalsmith work.
Oh God, I have so many videos on my channel of me in the studio. It's ridiculous. There are so many videos on my channel, on the Jason Adams channel. There are so many videos of me in the studio. Yes, there are a multitude of.
So basically, what you should do is go to Jason Adams' channel and scroll through his many videos, and he should have.
I like it.
That he was doing metalsmithing.
It's gonna work perfect.
So you can,
and then look at what happens with the bezel. Look how great this is going to be. Oh my God. And you know, don't worry about the wonkiness here. It's not going to be there when I'm done with it. People are like, oh wait, it's not perfect. I'm like, oh, it will be. Don't you worry your cute little selves. It's going to be just fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cheat a little bit. And this is one technique I've used. I just tap, tap, tap a little bit all the way around. I just tap, 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 tap all the way around. But I have to have something hard to put it on. So and you don't tap very hard because you'll rock the bezel over. You'll create a big mess. You'll bend the bezel in so many different directions. It becomes a problem. Don't say I told you so, because I told you so. All right, here we go. And I just I appreciate everyone tuning in because these are sometimes difficult to watch. All right, let's do this. Let's get this situated. I want to use this because I want to. How's everyone doing out there in YouTube land? I saw some familiar faces and some new people here. Where are you all watching from? What city or what state or what location? Are you all in the United States? Do we have anyone international this evening? Cyndi, we'll do the amethyst next. I'll have you work on that one.
Okay.
All right, so I think I like this enough to call it. What we can do next is we can solder that down to a flat sheet. So let me show you all what I did is I stretched the bezel a little bit, but not much. This will all rectify itself, as you'll see. What you're worried about is the size and the height of the bezel. This bezel is slightly too tall for the stone. I will address that in a little bit. Boy, Cyndi, you picked out a hell of a good stone. And look at how that fills this in. See what I'm saying? How that fills that in. And look at this. Watch how this slips right out. So once you put the stone down in, once we solder this to a flat sheet, here we go, solder that to a flat sheet. Watch how the stone will snap in. Watch this. Done. It's in. And it's not broken, and it's in. And there's not too much room around it. But what we'll do is we'll adjust this. It should not have taken 31 minutes to do this, but it takes me about, for a bezel like this, it would take me about 15 minutes. And I would have already had it done on a flat sheet, but that's because I'm trying to show you all how I do it. I am going to solder this down to a flat sheet. Cyndi, if you want to work on this one, I will give you your bezel wire. So let me see what I can do here for you. We'll use this one because I think this dome should work. Let's leave this one with this one. And this stone only goes in one direction because this is hand cut. So this only goes in one direction now. And again, disregard this this inconsistency on the sides. Just disregard that. It doesn't matter because the bottom is in the right position to be soldered down. See how exact the bottom is? You're not worried about this top edge yet. That's of no concern. What's of concern is the space around the bezel, if that makes sense. I hope it does. I need an interpreter. All right, this is going to be perfect for this amethyst as well. We're going to make this one work. So sawtooth bezel on this one. Some people would want to take that down a little bit, but the angle of this, you don't need a bezel that deep, but I think we can get away with that. Let me make sure I like it. Let me make sure that makes sense. Yeah, that's pretty damn close. We could maybe, you know what I'll do? Maybe I will move it down a little bit. Let me think here. Oh, this is a shank I was working on for a ring. See, my bench is filled with things that I've been working on, and then I don't finish them because I get distracted. Life gets in the way, but I was working on some band rings. I was working on a bracelet I could show you too. And then I got this interesting old part. I don't know what this is off of. Is it a magnifier? I don't know, but it's dirty. It's been down here for 40 years, even though I've only had this house for 20. All right, so let's see if this would make me happy. God, I love being in the studio. I really do. Let's see here. I don't know. I don't like that. It's too tall. It's too tall. Let's see if my other bezel wire would work better.
So if you had to buy more bezel wire, where would you get it?
Well, I would order it on Rio Grande. Okay. Rio Grande has been my friend for a long time. But can I show you all something? Because, there's still the naysayers that go, he hasn't been doing it this long. I bought wire at Mad Money when silver was $11 an ounce. So Google when was silver $11 an ounce? I bought 5.9 ounces at $11 an ounce for $65 in 2006. So he hasn't been doing it this long. Hey, blah, 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 blah. Everyone knows me better than me, apparently. Let's see here. Let's do this. Is that sarcasm and bitterness? No, it's just calling bitches out. It's just calling bitches out. Let's do this. I wonder if we should switch up the bezel wire. What do you think of making it fancier bezel wire? Or do you want to keep all the wire the same? I don't know. It's your call.
Have to.
Well, it's your call. It's your bracelet. It's what you want. And where did
the
it?
amethyst? Let me see what.
Oh yeah, here. There you go. There's that. And then here is her cuff that I gave her. I gave her this. Oh, thank you so much. Jordan might be new here. Jan is here. I think Squeaky Cheese was here. Pistachio. Hi, Luana. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Johan Brand, Lib something, and Holly Walker, and Pistachio. And I don't know who else is here because I was distracted earlier. But thank you so much for tuning in. So we're going to make some bezels. And I think we'll save these 3 for tomorrow.
Let me see that.
Yep, here. There's that. Just don't switch the sides because then it won't fit in and I'll freak out. I got to get a flat sheet to solder that down anyway. So you work on that and I'll get a flat sheet started over here. I'll work on a flat sheet. I think we're going to go with, I don't know if we should go with 20 gauge. Let's see. This is 24 gauge. Look at how cool I was like punching out. I don't know. I think about things and then I like try them and then I go, nope, don't love it. Not going to do it. Like I started punching holes and stuff. I don't know. This is craziness. I don't know. Do you want to stick with all the same bezel wire? We could use this one. It would be fine. It'd be fine.
Well, why would you think this would work better?
Because it's not, the surface area on the bezel is less because this is solid and that has like quote prongs and those fold over easier on a high dome. Okay. But you don't have to because then do you want a high dome one of these? Because you kind of have to do like maybe 2 of the fancy wires and then maybe 3 of the this wire. And this would work on this one just fine. Okay. This one would work on this one just fine. And this one would work on this one okay. But then you'd have 2 fancy bezel wires next to each other. Unless you switch this one with this one.
Switch placements?
You could. Do you want to look what it looks like? Here, let's try it. So let's put this one here. We might have a switch up over here. We might have a slight switch up. And then it would be, and then this one could be down here. And it could be like that. We could do, that is okay. Or we could move this one here. But see, these are 2 smalls. So it doesn't really matter to me.
Switch that purple, the other and that orange.
Switch this and this. Mm-hmm. Like this.
And then we do fancy bezel.
On this and this. Yeah, I guess that, I don't care.
Well, what do you think?
I think it's cool. I don't care. It doesn't, at the end of it, you're going to love it no matter what wire you use.
Yeah. But in your creative brain, what do you...
I don't like fancy here and here. Okay. I like fancy here and here, so it's not even.
Okay, so switch the orange and the...
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then do fancy around the dark.
Yep, do fancy around this, but you don't have to.
I'd say let's try it.
You want to try it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it. So she just chose to put fancy, and you could put fancy around one. Yeah, look at you bending it already. Look at, no, you're supposed to. Oh. Yeah, so that would be fancy around. Do you all like that in the chat? I mean, it's up to Cyndi, but do you like the cabochon amethyst with the fancy bezel wire? Or do you like it better with the serrated bezel wire, which I just put away? Do you like it with this bezel wire? Or do you like it with, yes, making a multi-stone bracelet. And Cyndi picked these stones just a little bit ago. And I gave her this cuff in sterling. I have a matching one. But yes, we're doing a 5-stone cuff. I told her to get 1 stone and she got 5. Yeah, I said, get 1 stone. And she goes, okay, I'm going to get 5 of them.
I don't listen very well.
So I think it's got to be this. Okay, let's do that. Let's not worry about the chat. Let's just do this. And I'll let you do it. Hold on. And I'll let you do it. And then we'll get the rest of this out of the way. But try not to bend this guy like this because then it gets work hardened. But just go. And then probably on something very, very flat. So like when you measure it, quote, measure it, we'll take the lean out of it too. So when you measure it, you just go real tight. Okay. So that should be good. I'll let you go for it. And you're not going to mess anything up. You just take your time. You don't worry about it. I think Mom's in the chat, Jeremy. You can say hello.
I just said hello.
That is perfect. Thank you. Thanks for joining in, Mom. Hey, Mom, how's your carpet going in? How's your carpet going in? Do you want to focus on the carpet this week instead of the desk? Do you want to focus on carpet?
She's still on the desk?
No, she was in the weeds with the desk for 6 months, but now she's on the carpet for the next 3 days. So, but it's going to be epic. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Sherry, you're the best. Thanks for being here. Thank you all for tuning in. 35 thumbs up. If you're new, if you could hit the thumbs up for us, it would push us out.
That looks really cool.
Do you love it? Yeah, because it looks like a crown. Mm-hmm. So is that me as a stone or is that? Yeah, the queen,
you're the
king, queen, the dirty bitch of the stones. You could say it. I don't care. It's Jeremy's channel. Let's ruin it.
What?
Let's ruin it. Mom, we're making Cyndi Wilson a bracelet. You know how I am. I get all these commissions and then I don't know what to do with myself. All right. So this is really epic. I got to say, I'm very proud of myself. This looks like a piece of chewed bubble gum. Look, doesn't it? It looks like it really doesn't. Look at the way look at it on camera. Look at the color of that stone. Look at how dirty my hands are from the bench. Yeah. Ew, it's gross.
Where'd you get this bench?
So this is old. So this came, look at this. Are you ready to see something? So you guys, I usually don't tell you about my, like my stash. Are you ready? You can, ooh and oh, it's fine. What? So that's all sterling. Feel this. Feel that for sterling. What? Oh my God. So this is how long I've been silversmithing. That's a whole sheet of sterling. And how many of these do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, look at this one. Look at the thickness of this one. What? Ring shanks. What? And look how long it is. Dun 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 dun. Yep. And then look at this one. It's like a magician pulling a rabbit out of their hat, except it's sterling out of my sleeve. Dun 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 dun. Yep. So and then tubing and wire, but that's only one drawer. Can I tell you the rest? Oh my God. Bitch, what? Yep, bitch, what? Sterling bangles that I use as ring shanks because why not? Why not use them as ring shanks? Absolutely, it's okay. Upcycle is real. Oh, look at this ring shank. Oh, check out this, feel this. It's casting grain. What? Casting grain, ounces and ounces and ounces of pure silver casting grain. What? Bitch, please. Look at this. Ooh.
There's so many drawers here.
Look at this. Oh, I was making this ring and I stopped. This was mine back in the day. It fit my thumb. Probably doesn't fit my thumb in it. Yes, it does. So I made this. I soldered all these jump rings on, and I was going to use little skeleton keys as the charms. And then I don't know, something happened. Like either I started drinking again, or I was with someone I shouldn't have been, and I just gave up on my vision. And I said, oh, I'll go back to that. I never finished it. I need to leave this out. I'm going to finish this, bitch. I'm going to finish that with little keys. That's going to be my project for tonight. I might wear that to Tuesday's sale, tomorrow night's sale. So I was also working on my my butterfly wings and my dragonfly wings. So you remember when I showed you the cicada? So these are all the holes that I drilled, and I would cut these out and pierce these out. And that was one of my plexi wings for the dragonfly. I never finished it. I gave up. This is 20 years ago now. I just gave up on that project. And then I started the filaments for my flowers. So these are all fine silver filaments. And that's not fair, Jason. We can't see. Yeah, you can see. I just showed you. So yeah, that's that. That's down and done. Now what we're going to do is we are going to get this on a flat sheet. We're going to get this on a flat sheet, and that's what we're going to do. And security purposes, too. I mean, come on, people. You know, there's like, never mind. I'm not going to say how many thousands of dollars in silver, but I don't need an issue. You know, I don't need a problem. I've worked hard for these things, and oh, this is going to be perfect. I am obsessed with this bezel. I'm obsessed with this bezel. I'm so proud of myself. All right, so I am my biggest fan some days, and today's that day. Let's do, see, I think I should use this for the base plate. I think this is going to be the perfect heft for this. All right, we're going to score this. Now watch what I do. I'm not going to, well, I'll show you on camera. All right, so this is a flat sheet of sterling. And what I do is I go on because people struggle with this all the time. So these are calipers, and you just adjust them. Sorry, I'm not telling you what I'm doing. I'm just doing it. So we make this slightly bigger than the stone. So that's going to be the base plate. See what I'm saying? I go around the stone. So, and then we score this metal so we don't use a lot of excess sterling because sterling's so expensive. So we just score the metal. I just go all the way down. Why? Because that's the way I do it. So I scored the metal, and that we double check and make sure that that width is going to be okay to then have this soldered down. See what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Then we score this side over here so that you have just enough silver. You never want to, there's one thing that I've seen novice silversmiths do it's not a problem. I just do it different. I'll save you some heartache. This is a heat sink. Meaning, if you go to solder this down, this is a heat sink over here, meaning you solder this to get the bezel down, you're going to melt the bezel wire, and you're going to say, why did I melt the bezel wire? Because you heated the bezel wire faster than this whole sheet. So then you're going to melt this wire and you're going to go, I don't want a silversmith anymore. I'm done. I'm just done. I'm not doing it anymore. No, you're going to do it again because you're going to do it right. And it's not right or wrong. It's just different. I cut all this off, and then you don't have the heat sink pulling. This will pull all the heat away from where you're trying to solder. It's a very big problem. All right, Jeremy's falling asleep over there. That's normal. What we're going to do is, I don't know if I want to cut this with a blade. I probably will. Can you guys excuse me while I saw real quick? Is that okay? Like, if you don't like excessive noises, you might want to tune back in a minute. That'll go almost all the way. So let's do this side. I need my light. Oh, that's going to be scary. I'm just going to try and go with it. Let's see here. Let's do this. Sorry about the noise, but it's called Studio Day for a reason. Little bit of chatter because I have the wrong saw blade in, but I don't need to hear about that. Let's see here. And I'm even on the line. Oh, no, I'm not on the line. Now I'm on the line. Now I'm on the line. Here we go. Here we go. I got to get my track lighting back up down here. This is just highly problematic. Oh, what a mess. Thank you. Yeah, a little bit. Now I can see what we've got going on. Now we're cooking with heat. Yep, there we go. Almost done, guys. Bear with me. There we go. There we go. Almost. I'm going to come from the other angle, and we're going to go right here. Thank you so much. And this is right there-ish. Yep. Thank you. Right there.
Okay.
Perfect for the light. It's just that I don't have my track lighting on. It's so dark. It's so dark down here. Oh, look at us go. Smooth as butter now. Oh, bam. It's not bad. All right. So we got it. We cut that off. So that sheet we get to save. And then this, what we're going to do is, because this edge is a little wonky, it doesn't matter. We're going to leave that there. And we're going to put this back on there. And then we're going to go this long way. And the saw blades I use, just so everybody knows, they're finer than a human hair. So this bundle right here has 12 saw blades in it. Just so you know, that has 12 saw blades. Okay. So divide that by 12 and see how small they are. They're very, very small. I usually use 2/0. These are 1/0. They are 1/0 saw blades. These are made in China or Germany. And I like the German ones because they're more accurate. But there's a bundle of 12. They're very, very thin. Let me show you one that's in my saw frame. This was a little bit big for that project, but let me show you on film. Oh boy, there we go. Look how thin the saw blade is. So there you go. Very, very, very thin. Very thin saw blades. All right. Imagine using those for the pierce work. Yeah, I was obsessive compulsive and still am. And the students at the university were like, dude, you're crazy. Like, you're nuts, you know? And I'm like, no, I'm well aware I'm crazy. You know, I don't need to be reminded of it. How's everyone doing out there tonight? And then Cyndi, what we do is we get the larger caliper, which is right here. So we use these guys. And then we do the same thing, but we go past this. So when you do your amethyst, you'll know how to get the base plate. So, but see how this is wonky? You know what we'll do? We'll take care of that right now. Watch what we do. We're not going to monkey around. We're just going to go like this. And we're going to get rid of that angle. So we're just going to go like, I would use my shear, but this is fine. And we'll do that. And we'll see where that went. It's okay. We'll find it. Because that, I want it in my scrap thing. It's fine. We'll worry about it later. So I'm going to make that even and then watch what we do. Jeremy, how's it going? Are you chatting with the people, telling them about tomorrow night's sale? Remind them about the big consignment sale.
We have a
big
sale
consignment
big
sale.
One. We have a consigner from Arizona, and then Jason's got fabulous stuff as well, as you've seen in the preview yesterday on Jason's channel. We also will have coffee samples available for tomorrow.
Score that.
So if people did not take advantage of
On
that,
the outside.
there
You go like this.
2 weeks
See?
ago,
So then
we'll
you know
be
how
able
big.
to do
You go on the
so
outside
again.
of it.
Okay.
So you need a little overhang is all I'm saying. Not much, but like on yours, I'll show you. But you just need a little overhang. All right, we scored that. So we put the line on there. There's your scored line. So we'll cut that and we'll get that cut. And you don't have to be exact with this, but you know, it's better to save silver at this rate than not. Hold on, I gotta put this back on, and I gotta hold. It's okay, I got it, Cyndi, because I can see. Yeah, I got it. Thank you so much. And then you don't do this like I am. You do this, but I can't because it's too large of a blade to go through this thin metal. So as a silversmith, I can go like this. I don't want to see that. I want to see you go like this, up and down, slow, but level. Like this, you have to keep this level. So I want to see this from you. I want to see this. There's 100 and something. So see.
Over 100 watts.
Yes. Phenomenal stuff. Artisan, Native American, cameos, old stuff, newer items. We went from chunky and bold and artistic to delicate, fragile, and feminine. So we usually don't cover that diverse of a grouping, but I decided to go with, because the consignment was so artistic and so over the top and so fabulous, I decided to go with my part being more period, antique, vintage, earlier, delicate, feminine, everything I just said. And then the consignment portion is just larger, bolder, chunkier, thicker, bigger silver statement pieces. But I needed to balance that sale out because that consignment is just insanity. I never expected. And then I made a mistake in the preview and I said, this is like half the jewelry from that box. It's 1/20th of the jewelry from that box. But what I meant to say is half of the sale is mine, half of the sale is consignment. So I misspoke. It's not half the jewelry out of that box. It's half the sale. It's not half the jewelry. I made a mistake. So it'll be my first mistake in 52 years. All right. So this, I don't know what that's from. I'm not going to worry about it. And I think this bezel wire, I'm all confused by my bezel wires now because I took that out of there. So we'll put this back where it was. Does anyone want to see the stone that Jeremy got me for Christmas? Put the word Jeremy in the chat. I need to see 10 Jeremys in the chat. Okay, come on, bots. Come on, bots. I paid for advanced bots. So hopefully the bots that I paid for can chat in the chat. Please, come on, bots. Oh, you did a really good job, but you got a little bit of a lean. So we're going to get rid of that lean. We're going to get rid of the lean and we're going to go a little closer.
6,
Yep. You did really well.
7,
Son
8,
of a gun.
9.
You did great. Look how cool that's going to be.
It's
It's like a little crown. Yeah. But it's going to sit down in and you're going to see a lot of the prongs, but it doesn't matter because it's going to look great.
All right.
Okay. Oh, bots in the chat. Bots in the chat. What was I going to show them? I forgot.
The stone Jeremy got you.
Oh, yeah. Okay. The stone that Jeremy got me for Christmas. Are you ready? Oh, Jeremy. Holy shit. This is a Hyperstein. And look at that for Hyperstein. I'll tell you what, when I saw this, I wanted to like make these and sell them. Like I said to Jeremy, hey, buddy, I don't have enough fingers left and I have enough necklaces. And so I said, I wanted to sell all these and make money. This one is not for sale. Absolutely not. Now or ever. If someone offered me $1,000 for it, I'd say, nope, sorry, Charlie. It's not going to happen. I'd say, sorry, Charlie or Charletta or whoever. It's not going to happen. That is absolutely a gorgeous Hyperstein. Love, love, love. Jeremy picked a winner. I want to make a bezel for this next. I got to treat myself to a ring. I also got to clean these hands. This is disgusting. Hold on. I'm going to clean my hands off. Give me a minute. And Cyndi, if you need a paper towel, that's what those are there for. Whatever you want to do if your hands are dirty. It's just that the bench is so filthy. But yeah, you asked about the bench. So I went to an estate sale, and this is like when I was fresh out of school, and you didn't know me back then. I had not a pot to piss in. I had literally no money. And so I went to this auction, and this guy was a silversmith and a watchmaker. And so I went to this auction, and it said workbench. And I was like, as soon as I saw it, I fell in love. I just fell in love. And so I said to myself, oh, this is going to be perfect because I need little compartments. I need multiple drawers. I need to put my tools in. I need drawers for my silver. And then I didn't show you. Wait till you see this. Wait till you see some of these stones. Those are some of my stones. Look at this hunk of amber and turquoise. So you want to talk about some stones that I'm going to set? Excuse me. What is going on with some of these stones? Yes, please, and thank you. So check this bitch out. Then I have these little babies. Look at these. So you know how I said setting small stuff?
Yeah.
Look how small they are. And most of them are cabochon. Look how small these stones are. I've had these for probably... Oh God, I probably had these they were 50 cents a gram. So does that tell you how long I've had these? These are all genuine cabochon. Just don't trip over that cord, whatever you do over there. Oh, Jeremy, you can show them here. Well, here. Okay, so this one's Jeremy's. Jeremy got this one. Put in the chat which one you like of Jeremy's the most. There's 4. This is number 1. This is number 1, cabochon. And we'll get back to the silversmithing in just a minute. This is number 2. This is Bumblebee Jasper. Comes out of the ground this way. All right, so this is 2. Jeremy picked these up the other day, and he's going to work on a bezel for these. I told him, I said, you're working on these. This is a steal. I don't know how he got that for $17, but I don't know how he did it. But guess what? We're going to pick up more of these at these prices. And would you all like some of these stones out there? Would you like us to sell some of these cabochons? $17. At a gem show, this same size would be around $48, maybe $52. And look at the polish on that Bumblebee Jasper. Would you all be interested in those? I don't even know. All right, and then there's this one. I don't know what stone this is.
I forgot.
Oh, is it that opal? No, not chrysocolla. Opalized wood, or what are they calling that thing now? This has a name now. Is it azure malachite, Jeremy?
I think so.
Okay, azure malachite. What? Heaven and earth collided. Look at that one, Cyndi. Would Jeremy notice? Would Jeremy notice if it goes missing?
Excuse me.
Oops. Oh, he's
here.
he's sitting right here. All right. So number 4, number 3, number 2, and number 1. What is your favorite? Oh, everyone's going with 4. Yeah, that one's gonna go not available because that's gonna go in Jason's pile.
What?
And yep. Azure malachite. It's a real thing. People don't say it that way, but I do. They say azurite, and I'd say, well, yeah, watch that. Don't need that to break. Oh no, that's a JJ special. That's a very special thing. That's Litsky pottery from downtown Akron. That's a very special thing. All right, and then I decided that I'm going to use this. Oh, someone picked 2. Edna, welcome in. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to put my dog's fur underneath it. So this is going to become a ring too. This is a very early antique crystal. I was lucky enough to get 4 of these, and I'm going to turn this into a badass ring, and it's going to have my dog's fur under it. So it's going to look like rutilated quartz, but it's going to have Zito, Zeus, and Onyx's fur underneath this rock crystal. And then I still have to make Jeremy a pendant with Jasmine's fur. I still got to work on that. I'm only, 2 years late on that, but whatever. I can be forgiven. All right. Here we go to get Cindy's now done. Oh, I'll take them over and we'll solder this down. Do you all want to see how to solder that down? If you all want to see it, put solder, S-O-L-D-E-R. S-O-L-D-E-R. I need to see 10 solders, or I'm not doing it. I say, I'm not doing it. Did you see this? Look at this. So guess what this is? Here, I'm going to let you hold that. Guess what that is? So do you remember when no one knew what to get me for Christmas? And everyone got me gift cards?
Oh.
So they got me gift cards because they said, I don't know what to get you. Excuse me, what the hell is that?
I mean, that's the
solid
best thing
sterling
to get
silver.
You. Yeah.
Solid sterling silver.
So where
and
did
look
you
how
get
big.
this?
So I got this at V-Rock, but look how much it was. It was 10,037 grams, and this was $933.85 for a square stock or a sheet this big. Look, dun 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 dun. Keeps going, and then did you want to see this one too? Dun 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 dun. Look how thick. I usually use, just so everybody knows, I usually use 20 gauge. I think this was 20 or 24. 22 gauge on this one. So if anyone wants to send me friend mail, you can go buy 22 gauge sheet, and I can silversmith for the rest of my life. I really thought about stopping my channel again. I'm still on that stopping my channel thing because I really want to get into the studio. It's where I belong. Look at the sterling wire that I bought years and years and years ago. This whole bundle of sterling wire cost me $18. This whole bundle of sterling wire now would be in the vicinity of 200 plus. Just for that little bundle of sterling wire. I was smart back in the day, that's all I can tell you. I bought a lot of things, and I'm so glad I was a hoarder. People are like, you have too many things. And I'll say, you won't say that someday when you need silver from me. This is not going to be easy. So let's see. We're going to do it so there's a little bit of an overlap, and we can manage. Let's just say, we're going to call it and say, right there. Whoops, there goes the stone. It's not a problem. I'll get it. So we're going to do that. And then Cyndi measured out her bezel wire. So she measured that out. There it is. But do you see why I said, look at my ground? So look at, there's a Shaka Zulu fur from when Shaki was still alive. But so you said about the bench, Shaki would go under here. And he would, oh, there's that silver piece here. There's that silver piece. I got it. So we got our silver cut off. that fall on the floor. But Shocky, he would crawl under here, and he would sleep in this. And we couldn't find him for like a day, and he would be under there. He would be like some. Yeah, he was my little black cat. I loved him. All right, any more questions in the chat? Did they say to solder or not?
Yes.
I don't know. Okay.
Solder leg.
So there is that one that Cyndi worked on, and we'll get that fixed up. All right, I'm going to take you over, and we're going to solder this. Give me a minute. And then, Wilson, I'm going to have you come over. What we're going to do is I'm going to show them, like, why I don't like certain things, like why I do it just different. And then we're going to pop that bitch in there, and we're going to get that bezel set. Hold on. I'm going to make sure that I like this, the way this fit. Give me a minute. I think I'm going to rock this over. Jeremy, chat with them. See how they're doing in the chat. While I finicky, fidget. So chat with them, Jeremy.
So do you guys have any questions for Jason, Cyndi, and I about the
air gas,
jewelry aspects, the healthcare aspects, or the coffee aspects of today's video?
I guess I could have quiet time too, because maybe I should do ASMR and not speak. Maybe they'd like it better if I didn't talk the whole time. Maybe I don't care. I know. Why do I say the things I say? All right, I'm going to cover you all up, and then you're going to come over to this. So I'm going to cover you all up.
There will be Silverado samples tomorrow.
No motion sickness. And then here we go. We're over at the soldering pad. And I'm going to put you, sorry about the spinny spin. Some people say I get, they get motion sickness, you know, and I go, hey, I'm doing my best over here, you know, get off my dick. So I say, leave me alone. You know, I try my best over here. So, all right, here we go. And then, there we go.
Luina,
okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you something.
A pot of coffee.
I'm going to show you something special.
Like a bun pot of coffee will make that one bag. So you just dump it in your, like if you have a bun or something similar,
now,
you just dump one of
this
those
stone
bags
goes
in
this
there,
way.
and it'll
So
make you one pot of coffee.
It's got to go in the same way. This stone has to go in the same way as the bezel. So when we pick this up, see, you could pop the stone out this way or from the back, it doesn't matter, but don't alter the bezel. Like when you push this out this way, let's not alter the bezel. So, or we just push it out this way. Doesn't matter. One way or the other, doesn't matter. And then what I do is I just relax it back on there just to see that it'll fit back in. So there's no kind of movement in the bezel. And sometimes what I'll do is, because it almost needs to relax a little bit. You guys, I'm going to anneal this one more time. Just bear with me. I'm going to dip it in there.
How big are your cups, Sherry?
Oh God, watch. We're going to do that, and then it'll protect it so that it'll solder better. So we're going to anneal that. So we're going to anneal the quench it, and then we'll solder it down to this, okay? All right. Then I'm going to move some of these rocks over here because this is a heat sink, meaning if we solder this flat, everyone's listening, if we solder this flat onto here, this is going to pull the heat from this. You'll never solder this to this because this is a heat sink. This is going to pull your heat away. So we're going to put rocks up here. So it's going to raise this up on a little tripod. I'm going to show you because that's another technique that silversmiths don't tell other silversmiths. I don't know why they don't. But then they get a third arm in there, which is ridiculous. They get this like clampy thing. It's the weirdest of all things. I've never had one. I'm looking for one. I've never had one. It's a third hand and it holds that. It's the most annoying, ridiculous, I don't want to say stupid, but really stupid thing because this claw like pulls the heat. It's ridiculous. All right, enough of that. So let's anneal this. So we'll start up our torch. And then we'll move our thing over here. We're going to anneal this really quick. I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to do it. And then I'll tell you when to pull away. Do you want to solder this down, Cyndi? Would that be fun? Or do you want me to do it and then you do the next one? You'll do the next one? All right. See, when the color change happens there, Cyndi, it's time to move, girl. All right, so that's time to move. That's way hot enough. So then you just grab and you pull. And then you go in here, quench. See? So now that's annealed again. And you don't have to do a second time, but I like to get the flux off of it. So I like to clean it up a little bit. So I just go like that. See how it starts to flick the color? Did you see?
Yeah.
Do you see how it starts to flick? So that's way hot enough. And then you quench again. So, all right. Now why I did that is now we can double check the size. This is way softer now than it was just a minute ago. So when you put this in, this is really going to form to that stone. See, that's really formed to that stone now. So now that is like as good as a bezel can get. That is absolutely gorgeous. So once you do that, then you lift this off in the same direction as what you just had. So I kind of want it to relax a little bit more. And then what I do is, see how I keep this parallel? See what I mean? I don't rock this yet. I keep this parallel against the stone. And I go all the way around just to make sure it's exact. And that'll take out any imperfection in the bezel as well. Because again, you don't have to worry about the shape of the bezel as much as you have to worry about where, see how that's too tall here? So we're gonna have to knock this down later. We're gonna have to like smooth that out somehow, which is slightly problematic because it's just the cut of the stone. So we'll just have to worry about that later. All right, there we go. We're pretty well formed. Now we'll pull this off. Now we'll have to keep track because I showed you this dark side goes on this side. So the dark side of the stone goes on this side. Okay, so when we solder this down, just remember that we put the stone in opposite our, so the dark side goes opposite of the bezel line. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
Goes opposite of the seam. All right, guys, so now we're perfection with our bezel. I don't want to say perfection because that's wrong, but you know, as close as we can get. There's a little gap between the bezel and the flat sheet, which I don't love. So let me see what we can do to adjust this. I'm going to sand this down real quick, everybody, if you just bear with me for a second. I didn't like the gap there. So I use wet, dry sandpaper. Someone said I'm not showing you everything. So there's wet, dry sandpaper, and I use a 40 grit, or I'm sorry, 400 grit. So I get this wet. So if you just watch this, it's quite the little process, and it's cute and awesome. So this is wet, dry sandpaper. I get it wet. Then off camera, I'm going to sand this bezel down. And we go like this, Cyndi. You just go around in a circle, and then you do figure eights. So all I'm doing is I'm sanding this down, okay? So I'm holding very gently on the bezel wire that we created, and just do figure eights. And then what it does is it makes this even, so that gap will be much, much less when we go to solder that down to that flat sheet. So I guess the thing is like, it's just like, when you put this down on here, Jeremy, you said it for not children, right?
Right.
Okay, good.
Right.
Okay.
No,
we don't need kids doing any of this. Okay. So there's this, and then figure eight, and then we go down on this side, and then we do figure eight here. And then that will level. Oh, see, we got it a little too soft. So that's going to level this out, and we'll reform it. It's not a problem. So we just got our bezel kind of out of whack. So let's see here. We got this sanded down. Thank you all so much for joining in. I know it's a little bit boring, but we'll get into this. You'll start to see some progress once we get this soldered down, and then we'll call it because I'm tired and I want to do that other bezel with her. And then do you want to finish it tomorrow? Yeah. Is that okay? So we can do the other 3 tomorrow. So we could hop on mine tomorrow, I think. All right, so there we go. We got that sanded down. Sorry, I'm not watching the chat, guys. It's so distracting. That's why I just don't do them in the studio. I just go, it so annoys me. I don't know. It's like my magical place, and I don't want to be bothered, you know? I just don't want to be bothered. But I'm doing it for you, Wilson. So we have the black side down across from the seam. So we pop it back in here, and we reform that, because you see how out of round it was, or out of shape it was? Not anymore. And like I said, I don't want to rock this over. So I kind of adjust. I always fidget with these because that's where the quality of a bezel comes in. Is see what I just did to reform the shape of it? And look how easy that was. So, but you just kind of, it's like at a point where the more that you adjust it, the finer the fit gets. And when you saw early on that little adjustment I took off, that 1/32 of an inch second cut that I took, that's what made the world of difference with this. Because otherwise, the bezel's too big, you get all these crimps, then you get discouraged and you go, I don't want a silversmith anymore because I didn't get it right. It takes 30 years. You know, it's taken me 30 years to get to this point. So if you all could see this off camera, this stone snaps into this bezel just perfectly. And that's 30 years of experience. So if you're doing this and you're just starting out, don't get discouraged. Now, that did kind of address that little bit of a gap that we have there. I'm still gonna fidget. Hold on. Nope. See, if I put it down here, see, Wilson, look at it on here. Now there is no gap. See what I'm saying? There's no light that comes through there. Okay. See what I mean? Yeah. So that's good. So that's flush. This is the problem. So this is the problem. So there is play in this, but this whole thing will warp as we heat this.
To
So this
the
is
ba-
going,
yeah.
it's
Okay.
going to warp. I'm not going to worry about the little thing. And hopefully I can put a probe down on that and get that to solder down. Now,
Okay.
the solder seam may reflow. If it does, I don't care. I just go, hey, I've dealt with this for 30 years. I can problem solve this. So if
Okay.
that reflows. Now, another thing is, I'm going to tell you. So as an intro person, you should use hard solder first. You know, I'm telling you all this, everyone that's watching. So you should use hard solder for this seam right here. Okay, that's the hardest solder there is. Meaning what happens is the hard solder flows at the highest temperature. So you start with hard solder, then you go to medium solder, then you go to soft solder. Soft solder is not lead solder. I will show you lead solder. Lead solder, and people say, why do you say solder when there's an L? It's not solder, it's solder. That's the way we say it in America. But someone came in, someone from the foreign, wherever they were from, and they were like, why do you say solder when it's solder? And I'm like, it's solder, dum-dum, you know, in America. So this is lead solder. And this is not what we use on sterling silver. That's not allowed in the studio, by the way. I don't know why it's on my desk, but it's on my desk. What we use is the silver solder pallions, that this is actually silver. I use medium. So what I'm going to address is don't do what I do. Don't do what I do. Do as I say. So when you do this, you would want to use hard on this. Then to solder this down to the sheet, you'd want to use medium. Then you would want to use easy if you were to solder this to a ring shank. See what I'm saying? So you use the hardest solder first for the seam that you first do. Your first seam is hard. Then your second seam is medium solder. Then your third seam is easy solder. Because I'm a difficult bitch, I only use medium solder the whole way through and piss everybody off. Because they're like, well, why doesn't your seam reflow? I go, it does reflow, but it doesn't move because that's the way I am. Because I'm quick enough to see it. But what you should do is you should use hard, then medium, then soft. That's the way you should do it as a person who's doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, now we're clear on that. But, you know, then in school, people are like, well, why did you teach the intro students to use all the same solder? And I said, because I did. Because that's what I did. And they go, but that's not what you should do. And I said, you do you, I do me, don't worry about it, you know? All right, and this soldering pad, as you can tell, has been with me for, oh my gosh, 25 years or so. And then if you saw my original, look at these, by the way. Why do you think I need new soldering pads?
Wow.
So this is like, this one's my other soldering pad. Looks like the surface of the moon. So I guess NASA could have just taken a picture of this instead of faking going to the moon. Okay, don't say that out loud. The earth is not flat. Okay, let's do this. Let's grab some gravel and let's put some gravel up here. And why I do this is I make kind of this little even tripod, if you will. Now I'm going to fidget. So if you don't like the fidgeting, you don't have to stay. If you don't like to see fidgeting, you can leave. It's not a problem. What I do is I do a little balancing act. Now, why I move this up? Why do I move this up onto this little tripod of rocks? Because it keeps the heat sink away from where I'm soldering. Okay, there is a big gap here. I'm just going to give it a go. I don't care about the outcome. I'm just going to give it a go. And we're going to move this here. Boy, that's awfully close to that tripod. I'm not liking that. Hold on. I'm going to move this a little bit this way. And let's see if I like that. I'm going to go quiet for a little bit. Soldering is very easy for me, but I'm going to go quiet for that. I'm just going to take my pallions. And I'll show you the way I do it, and everyone else can do how they do, and I'll do how I do. So I just place my little pallions on the inside edge. They do not have to be perfect. Why? Because they're going to jump around, as you will see. With the flux, they're going to jump all over the place. They're going to jump everywhere. They're going to go crazy. They're going to start flying around. And I just don't, I don't care where they go, but it's going to be what it is. And then I'll show you why, don't worry. But soldering sterling silver is fun and easy. And after all this time, I'll show you guys another commission I'm working on. I'll go upstairs and get it. And I think you saw it. Did everyone see the commission in the preview video? So are you guys, is anyone listening? Do you in the chat, do you guys know if, Jeremy, you can tell me what they say. Did anyone see the commission that I was working on for my other client? I don't know. The peridot, did anyone see that? I don't know. Let me know,
yeah.
Jeremy. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see
It
here.
was the one that you were making for
Yeah.
With the peridot. With
Yeah, the
design that
peridot.
you don't pay for.
And I was asking people for their opinion, which one I should do, and then it's ultimately her decision because
Yeah.
you know she's who I did it for. Oh, Justice for Julian said yes. Sorry to spin, guys, but if you get vertigo, you got to go away because I can't not spin. I spin, spin, spin because that's what I do at this point. I can't apologize for everything I do. I don't know why I get so agitated. I got to move this. This isn't going so hot. Let me swing this around. And then people go, I get vertigo. And I'm like, well, I also get a headache from all the complaints. I get a headache and I don't know what to tell you. So I can't, it's like, I don't know. Someone came into my thing the other day and they said something about, I don't even remember what they said. They said something about that I was annoying and something. And I was like, well, you don't need to be here. You can move along. I'm not here to please everybody. I'm here to show you what I know and share with the world. And if you don't like it, that's too bad. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and I never thought I would be. Let's see here. Let's do this. I don't know why I'm not touching this. It's like, what am I thinking over here? All right, I'm going to give it a go. We're way off camera now. Hold on. We're way off camera. Let me angle this back this way. I'm going to give it a go. If it gets too close to the camera, I'm going to have to move this away. So we're going to see if we can flow that now. Yeah, I'm not liking this gap. So what I'm not liking already is I'm not liking this gap back here where you can see light through. Kind of not liking it. And I'm really not liking this gap up here. So, but you can see where I put the solder pallions. They are essentially lined up and ready to go. So you're going to watch them jump around, but I'm going to show you what I do. I'm going to show you how I handle that because there's always a way to rectify. So let's turn this little bitch on and see that's the right flame right there. So, but sometimes what happens is because this is old, this diaphragm watch. See what happens? So if I cut out the oxygen, this is very, very not hot. This is a very not hot flame. This is extremely hot. Where I always use is the tip of this cone right here is where I like to be to solder. See how that goes so hot? Can I put that in your arm? Okay, I'll brand you. All right, are you ready? So we're just gonna evenly heat. We're gonna heat, and it's already way too hot, but that's okay. See, they'll jump around, they'll go crazy. You burn off the water in the flux, and then it becomes very tacky because again, I said it's silica or glass. Don't ask me what it is, it's magic. And you can see that the flux gets slightly dirty. That's because I'm using oxyacetylene. I'm using an oxyacetylene torch. It's using the oxygen from the air that we breathe, and it's using acetylene. And you know what? That gap just fixed itself. Give me a moment. Now everyone just needs to be patient, and I'm going to go quiet, and you're just going to watch. And you're going to be thankful that I have you in my studio with me. That's what you're going to do now. And I'm going to go off camera just because for a second. Just give me a minute, please. I don't know why I always have to explain myself. So weird after 52 years. Still. Let's move that out of that way. I'm gonna have to leave it right there. Hold on. So they can see what I'm... No, you're fine.
Can I hold it up?
No, you're fine.
Okay.
No, I'm just gonna show them what I've got going on because it's rude not to show them. It's rude to say, come silversmith with me, and then I won't show you anything. That's rude. Hold on. Let's do this. Jeremy, are they still watching?
Yep.
All right, so do you guys see what I just did? I kind of moved the solder over to, let me show you guys here for a second. I'm not get frustrated. I'm not watching the chat, so if you're saying something important, Jeremy will have to address it. Give me a minute, guys. I don't like that one. Now I do. Okay, let's move us back up here. Give me a minute, guys. Let me make sure I like it. Now, Cyndi, I need you to come look at this because I need you to see where I got everybody moved over. See, there's a gap between this one and the wall. So I need to move this one over. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, okay, do you see where I got them all now?
Yeah.
So they're on the inside edge and they're on the flat plate. They're on the flat plate and then they're up against the bezel wire. There is no air. Do you see there's no air? But see where I'm saying there was air before? So what has happened is the flat sheet has rectified itself with the heat that I used to heat this off. This is very, very hot now. Extremely hot. But what I do is why I brought them up. I like to focus on the four corners without going this. So what I do is I heat up evenly. So watch what we do. Watch the magic that happens. Watch close. Watch close. The magic is going to happen very, very soon here. The solder is going to flow and disappear into the seam, and we are going to have an epic solder seam. Just watch. It's going to go. It's going. It's going. It's flowing. Here we go. It's up and going. Watch how hot. Boom. Watch how hot. Boom, boom. Heat up the bottom. Heat up the outside. Heat up the bottom. Heat up the inside. Keep the torch moving. Keep the torch moving. Focus, focus. Down and done. Down and done. So what happened with this too is I noticed that this pallion right here said, I'm going to go up on the bezel. So that's when I went catty corner here and I heated. I heated. Look at that beautiful and gorgeous solder seam. It is absolutely perfection for a solder seam. Now you quench this again, and that's just putting it in cold water. So there is the cold water, and you just hold it down in there, and then you can touch. Let me move away from the soldering pad for a moment so I don't burn myself. That's very, very hot. And there you go for your solder seam. Now, what I don't want to do is, I don't want to be too critical. And did you see that I didn't reflow this solder seam? So you see that did not reflow? Because that's what happens when you've been doing it for 30 years. Now, if I'm going to have to watch very closely. I don't know if people are going crazy. Okay, so there's this. And then I said the dark spot goes catty corner from that. Did you see what I said earlier? So now look at how that's going to snap down in there. Look at the perfection of that bezel, the height, the everything, the size. This is going to snap right down in there. I don't want to do it because I didn't drill a hole in the bottom yet. Look at that for a bezel. Look how tight, perfection. Did you see? So yours is going to look as good, don't you think? Glad you give me that look. Should we do yours and melt it? Let's do yours next and melt it. Okay. You don't want to?
No, I do.
Okay, do you want to melt it?
But I don't know that it will look like yours.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. But I'm going to help you through the whole thing.
Okay.
All right, do you guys want to see Cyndi do hers next? Oh, and then we'll get this all cleaned up later. We'll get this. So that flux is just the glass. So that's just the glass on the surface. And there's a little bit of fire scale on there. But this will snap down in here beautifully. So this is going to fit in. I don't want to do it yet because I'm going to get it stuck in there. That's going to fit down in there perfect. Cyndi, are you ready to screw everything up?
Can I see that?
Yeah, here. So, but we can't put it in there yet. But if you put it in, it's going to get stuck and we're going to be screwed.
That's okay.
So, but look at it.
I want to put like...
Okay, but hold on. Let me get yours set up. Jeremy, how's the chat going?
So far,
Why aren't you saying anything to our people?
Because I'm listening. We're listening to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll stop talking.
And I probably should.
Oh, do you have to go potty? Oh, you want to go potty? Okay, poo-poo in the potty is fine. Yeah, you go upstairs. You know where the restroom is. Yeah, you know where the restroom is. Poo-poo in the potty. Yep.
So what are...
So you can just, yeah. Okay. Oh boy. All right. And then, okay, you're good. You know where the potty is. There you go.
Good Lord.
There he goes. He's going poo-poo in the potty. He is. He's going poo-poo in the potty. Yep. He had to tell me, he had to use Pictionary and go, like he did the size of a turd with his hands. He did turd.
This is called what again?
This is flux and solder pallions. They're the little,
Pallions.
And I cut them out of wire. Other people, see, it's just different techniques, you know? I don't want someone else to go, oh God, he's so running his mouth, blah, 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 you know, because they already do that anyway. I'm not running my mouth, I'm just telling you the way I do it. This is medium solder. This is medium solder. And the way we identify that is this right here, okay? And then what we do is we use this. So we use this and then we nip and cut this. So we use nippers and we cut that into these tiny little pallions, which is what we just used to solder. Okay, there we go.
Wow.
And that little glass has been with me. This is like opalescent glass. It was from the thrift store. It was like 10 cents back in the day because I didn't have something else. So it's like 10 cents at the thrift. When people are like, oh, you're a bougie bitch and you're a trust fund baby. No, I bought my solder dish at the thrift for 10 cents. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I came from. 10-cent soldering dish, because yeah, I'm not the bougie bitch. I am now. But we're gonna rectify this and we're gonna get this ready to go. And I'm so excited about this is just epic. I hope you all understand that how epic that bezel came out. And then we can cut all this extra away. We can cut all that excess off of there. It does there. And then what we do is eventually you saw that we made this, and then this is going to be soldered to here. So that's going to be the center stone for her cuff bracelet. When we get to that point, what we're going to do is we're going to file this down. We're going to file this down to make a flat plane here to solder this onto. So that eutectic would be weak and terrible. So, again, I just experience. So if you soldered this down, see there's very little surface area holding this to this. We're going to file that. We're going to file this flat. We're going to have a flat plane on here to solder that bezel down for her central stone. Is that not going to be the most beautiful cuff bracelet? It is going to be stunning, is what it's going to be. And there you go. So we're going to do that. We're going to leave that there. Then we're going to solder this together. We're just going to do a soldering thing right here, right now. Let me adjust this bezel. Cyndi, we're going to nip off. I'm going to go with, we're going to go with like a half stop. We're going to go, but I think we have to go a full stop. But let's do this. Let's compromise. Let's go a half stop. Let's compromise. Let's saw this. See, I think this is going to be a little bit too tricky. Hold on. We're going to solder. We're going to cut this. And then we're going to file that down. See, this is like going to be strange because this is on a very odd, where the teeth are, it's like a half of a stop, is what I'm saying. It's not a full stop. It's like a half stop. So we're going to do that. And we're going to see if this will work. So thanks so much for tuning in. We're going to solder this one together next. And then you're going to see a real challenge. Let's see here. So there's that. Okay, I like it. Okay, so we're going to adjust this a little bit. So this bezel is going to be adjusted a little bit. So I cut it at an angle, but we're going to sand that down. And then we're going to get this one situated. And Cyndi's going to solder this one together. You guys, put in the chat, if I see 10 Cyndis, Cyndi is going to solder this together and hopefully not burn my house down. All right, so I need to see 10 Cyndis in the chat, and I use my half-round bastard file, and this is called a bastard file. It's not because it doesn't have a dad, it's because it's a bastard file. That's what it's called. Don't blame me. Don't blame me. It's called a bastard file, okay? Don't blame me. Cyndi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mary put go girl. She did it for attention. She put go girl. I swear to God, she just put go girl. I love my mother. She makes my day every friggin' day. All right, we're gonna have you. All right, this is gonna be a little tough. I'm gonna fair warn you now. Don't say I told you so, but you picked one of the most challenging bezels to start with. All right, but you didn't hear that from me. Don't be nervous. I got you. I'm not gonna let you fail on live film, even though I think I'm gonna, because it'd be epic. You guys, you should have seen her face. That was my favorite face you've ever made. Thanks for making my life so awesome. I'm serious. Thank you.
This is awesome. I love this.
Thank you. Do you?
Oh, absolutely.
But tell them what
I
you
could
wanted.
just literally watch you and be like, this is the best day ever.
Oh, thank you. Is that Judith Mitchell? Judith Mitchell, I friggin' love you. Judith Mitchell, I love you. Judith, I have your beads out on my desk because I'm going to wear them tomorrow. Judith Mitchell made me the most beautiful beads in the whole wide world. Judith Mitchell, I love you. All right, so I lined this up for Cyndi, and it's going to be right there. And I did both at an angle for a reason. I'm not going to explain myself. I'm just going to say I did it because I wanted to. So that's what you're going to have to deal with. I lined it up fairly well for her. So let me adjust. But do you see? Look, come here. Look how I lined it up for you. So do you see where it's right here, honey?
Yes.
Let me hold on. Right there. Oh, look at my, ew. Ew, what was that? It was like a booger with a hair on it. Look at right here.
Okay.
There. See what I'm saying?
Okay.
There's your solder seam. Now, do you want me to join it a little bit better? I probably should. Here. Let's do this. Hold on. I should have worn my condom hat. That's what I should have done to do this. I should have worn my
condom hat?
Yeah, I have a condom hat.
I like the color of that. That's like a good. Is that gray or purple?
What?
Your hat.
It's grayish
It's called worn out.
blue, and it's like
It
sweat
kinda
marks.
looks purple.
Does it? Yeah. It's dirty is what the
Called
color
worn
is.
out.
It's called Dirty. You guys, give me another super chat so I can get a baseball hat out of this deal. Yeah. Stop screwing around in the chat and hurry up and give me some money. You know what? I can't. Never mind. Never mind. Don't say it, Jason. Never mind. Don't say it. I have so much I want to say. But let's line this up. And yeah, I have a condom hat. It's like Where's Waldo meets condom. Never mind. Some resellers, never mind. All right. So there is, I kind of like, I'm gonna go with that. We're gonna be okay with that. There's something about it I don't like, and I can't figure this out. We're gonna try that, Cyndi. If it doesn't work, I'll just blame you.
Okay.
We're gonna go with this, and we're gonna give that a go for a bezel. Now, her stone is an amethyst that is beautiful, and so we're gonna do Mary's dying. We're gonna put that bitch right down in there when we're done. It's gonna be epic. What we might have to do is we might have to adjust the size a little bit bigger, but we'll hammer it. So we'll put this on a mandrel, and we'll hammer this a little bit bigger. It'll be fine. Trust me. But it's a little bit too small, but if we didn't do where we did, it would be an odd, it wouldn't look like, see what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the pattern wouldn't repeat.
I got
But
you.
ew, there's a hair on there too. Thank God it's not a pube. Can you imagine if I was like working down here and there was a giant pube on my hand? That would be so embarrassing. All right, so let's see here. All right, so this is, hi Kelbell. Hi y'all beautiful jewelry nuts. Did she put jewelry? Oh, Beauty Miss Jules. I thought she called us jewelry nuts. I've been called worse. Let's see here. I'm gonna fidget with this for just a minute. Look how dirty my hands are. That's for all you bitches that don't like dirty hands. They like attack me with the dumbest shit. I'm like, I'm just gonna call your asses out. That's what my full-time job's gonna be. I'm gonna start a new channel. It's gonna say, screw with the bull and get the horn, or it's going to say beat the hornet's nest and get your ass stung. It's going to say something like that. I don't know what it's going to say, but whatever. You do you, I do me. Don't worry about it. All right. So now are you ready to solder? I think you are.
Okay.
I think you're ready for this.
Okay.
You sure?
Yeah.
Now, do you want to do a smaller torch, more manageable? Would that make you more comfortable?
Probably.
Okay. I'm going to get you a bigger one.
Okay.
Look at this one. So can you imagine if I let you solder with this?
Do you want your
Wait,
house burnt
watch.
down for
What
real?
do you want to see it on? Do you want to see what it does? You ready? You ready? Okay, I had to shut that one off.
Let's
All right.
that.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
We're gonna go with this small one.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you imagine if I gave that to Cyndi? Nope, not gonna go well. All right, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna flux this. Okay, so your solder seam is right here. Okay. So I think the easiest way is to get the rocks out of the way. So let's get these little babies out because you don't need a heat sink. And let's position this way. Give me 1 minute to find our seam. Hold on. I don't know where our seam went. Okay, it's right here. It's right there. Okay. You can see it. It's right there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to... Sorry, guys. I'm going to get her set up to solder for her first time. Do you guys know that Never mind. I was a teacher's assistant in college, and I'll tell you a story after Cyndi solders us together. So we're going to put the solder pallion right on the inside. Okay, so we're going to put that down again, and we're going to put the solder pallion, Cyndi, right there. Okay, because that's where our seam is.
Okay.
Oh, wait. It's okay. So it's right by now. It's right by. Okay, so catty corner. So here's our corner right here. It's catty corner.
Okay.
So it's right there where the dip is. Okay.
Okay.
So let's not try and move it. Now I'm going to set you up, and I'm going to put this down for you, and then I'll keep my hand on your hand. So you're not going to melt the whole thing. So this goes right here. So we drop our pallion right there, okay? Because we can move this little guy, or whatever it is, over here. So we want to be right about there. So is that okay for a setup?
Okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Are you comfortable? Okay. Now, go ahead and light the torch. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, baby Jesus. Okay.
Okay.
But,
okay.
Right here. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go Good. Bang. Okay, sorry. Sorry.
Which way do
Sorry.
you twist it?
On.
Like which way's on?
It's oh, they thought it was Judith Mitchell's dying. Look, because I did the bang. Here.
Okay.
Lefty loosey.
You're fine. You're okay. Wait. Oh, okay. You're good.
Okay.
You feel good?
Yeah.
Okay, you got this.
Okay.
Okay, handle
Okay.
that. Okay. Then come over here.
Okay.
Oh God. This isn't gonna go well. I should
Okay.
have a whole face mask on. And then go around there. Yep.
Okay.
And then you gotta heat the whole thing, honey.
Okay.
You gotta here, just I'll help you out. You keep
Okay.
your hand right there. And you wanna go like a little bit down. Hold
Okay.
on. Slow. Slow and even. Slow and even. Bang.
Stop
Okay.
that. You're making pee.
Okay, now hold on. What we're gonna do is we're gonna add one. Hold on. Just
Okay.
stay there. Don't burn your hair.
Okay.
Okay. Oh my God, it's like the Michael Jackson Pepsi commercial. Oh, I said that out loud. Here, we're gonna put this here. And then we're gonna move this here. Hold on. Give me a minute. And then here, I'll position for you.
Okay.
And we're gonna put this right here. Now, I know that we soldered it closed, but what I don't wanna do is, I don't wanna, no, I don't trust you. You're gonna burn my hand. Hold on. Did I say that out loud? I did. Hold on. Wait 1 second. Metal smithing with the dick has never been easy. All right, are you ready?
Uh-huh.
So let's do it right here. Hold on. Right there. All right. So now I need you to come over again. I'm gonna let you do it. Don't burn Jeremy's phone, honey.
Okay.
Okay, right. Whoa. Okay, hold on. Slow and gentle. Slow and gentle. Even. Good girl. All right, slow. And it flowed. Okay, wait. All right. Let's see if we got a seam. I think we got a seam out of that. Let's see. Let's see if we're together. Hold on. Quench. Let's see. I think we got a seam. We did. Look. See? High five.
I didn't burn your house down.
No, you didn't burn my house down. Not
And I
yet.
still have
We got an
eyebrows.
awesome solder seam right there. Boom. Right
Wait,
there.
Eyebrow check. Everybody got
Eyebrow
their
check.
eyebrows?
Well, I don't have any eyebrows, so we're good there. We're good there. I plucked the shit out of mine. So, all right, let me see if we got. Oh, it's a little snug, but look how good. Look at that. It's a little snug. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a round mandrel and we're going to tap a little bit to extend that up a little bit. We need a little bit wider, a little bit, but
Okay.
not much. But see where we had to do the repeat, we couldn't have it looser than that. But see, we can't get it out
Okay.
now. See, I mean, we can,
Oh,
but
'cause
see, it
when we're
doesn't go
gonna
in
do
from the
that to
top.
the
Look.
front. Okay.
So when it goes from the top, look, it's not going to go in. It's going to say,
Okay.
I don't want to go in. It's going to say, I am too tight for this space.
Okay.
So this is the cabochon amethyst, and it will go in, but it doesn't want to sit down. So we're going to tap on that, and we're going to extend that bezel the tiniest little bit. We're going to extend that bezel by probably no more than 1 millimeter. So let me grab my round mandrel. I don't need to show you this because this isn't important to all y'all. I need to find my round mandrel that is small. That is going to let me tap on that. Give me a minute and let me see if I moved it down. I might have it upstairs. So what we want to do, oh, here it is. So this is my tiny mandrel I hardly ever use. So this is my tiny mandrel. And thank you all so much for tuning in. Do you guys have any questions about metalsmithing? Do you have any questions out there about stuff that I didn't show you on camera? Here's my very long mandrel. Oh, that didn't sound good. Here's my long mandrel that I'm known for. And then we go all the way down here, look. And then all we're going to do is we're going to take a metal mallet, a metal hammer, a riveting hammer, and we're going to just right on this edge, we're going to tap to extend the metal, but we're not going to go much. And did you see how I turn? I turn. So it's even, and we're extending the metal a little bit, but not by much. And you just go real slow. And then what we do is we check this then, as we tap, we check this on
Did
the
you pull
stone.
that down, like where it's tight?
Yes, I am. So it's
Okay.
down, but it's not all the way down tight. But it's down as tight. And then I'll show you all right here. So we're tapping this very end down here. So I'm tapping down here a little bit with a very smooth planished surface. Yes, I need to get the rust off of that. So I need to polish that. So I'm tapping on this bottom edge. That's all I'm doing because I'm opening this up. So I'm opening this up a little bit, but not by much. And then what we have to do is we have to check every so often that we're not making it too big. But what you're extending the metal a little bit, but not by much. Oh, we're done. Did you see it just went right down in?
Yeah.
Look, watch. Look. It's done. So we got it, guys. I don't need to tap anymore. So we extended the bezel, and now look. So it's going right over the stone. So it's the perfect size bezel right now. No more tap. Did you see how I rectified that? Other people would have to start over and go, I don't get this. I can't do this. Yes, you can. Silversmithing is meant to be fun. It's meant to take you out of real life. It's meant to make you joyful. And do you see that now how you can make a fancy bezel for a gorgeous amethyst cabochon? So there you go. So we tap enough. And guess what? Look. So once you put it down, look how tight that is. Did you see?
Wow.
Did you see how tight that is?
Yeah.
Tight around that amethyst stone, but enough to get it in there. I would set that on there, but that's still hot. So let's go over here and let me show you. So Jeremy, do you have fleas over there? No fleas? Okay. Jeremy, I thought Jeremy had fleas for a minute. He's scratching over there like a lunatic. All right, there we go. So there is a crown bezel. Now what we're going to do is we're going to solder that one down to a flat sheet. I'm going to have you do that. So let me grab you. Oh, I'm going to have you measure this. You're going to do this. Come here. Okay. You're going to do this, and you're going to take this and adjust it. I want you to adjust these. These are your little calipers. So I want you to adjust how far you think the square. And this will be a square. This will be a square because you don't, and right outside of it, I'd leave a little bit of air because you're not going to want to go exact. If we cut it too small, I'll be very upset. So I don't want to cut it too small, and I don't want to cut it too big. I want it just right. So, yes, we made sure that we both had our eyebrows still intact. Absolutely. Could you imagine Picky Nicky soldering? Oh my God, it would be the best thing ever. We'd have matching buns on fire. Huh? Oh, hold on, let me look. I am most impressed by me. I'm such a good teacher, aren't I? Am I patient? Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
I wasn't patient in school.
Oh.
They would snatch the torch out of their hands and say, give me that, I'll do it. That's why I wasn't a TA for long. Yeah, I agree. Let's go a little turn. Yeah, I did a little too much. I like that right there. Okay. Is that good? Is that good?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do that. So, and let's grab, we can use this if you want to, or we can use another scrap out of this bin. Do you guys want to see my scrap bin? I can show you. I can show you my scrap bin if you want to see. Let's move this. No, we'll put it right here. That's fine. We'll just get that out of the way. So, all right. Okay, does anyone want to see my scrap bin? Because I can show you, my scrap bin, and then you can say, oh, Jeremy, can you just set that over there somewhere? Thank you. In that orange bowl is fine. Or not on the orange bowl, but like over there somewhere. On the top of that tote or something. That'd be great. So, thank you, Jeremy. All right, so I'll show you. Oh, my Formica table is fabulous. It's from the 50s, but that's my workstation. So this is my scrap bin of basically 10 years, because I have another scrap bin of like 40 years. So, 30 years. But there's like ring shanks, like old rings that were sterling rings, like band rings that I want to use for bands on my rings, because you have to understand something. So follow me here. So like at a whatever, pawn shop or whatever, these are all sterling bands that are older. So for me to make one of these now would cost me about $18 to $24 in silver wire, half round wire. So I'm going to cut these and use these as shanks on my rings. And I like the little bevel. Do you all like those? Jason, no, cannot. I don't know. Okay. And then so check this out. Tons of scrap silver. Like projects that I didn't finish, cutoffs, wire. This was a pendant I made my dad. I have the pendant. My mom gave me it back. My dad wore this pendant every day of his life. And I cut this out of this in probably 2002. So that pendant's 24 years old. But it's a beautiful cross, and I have it upstairs. My mom gave that back to me. It's an honor to have that back. And these are all cutoffs of projects. And there's this lost wax cast eye that I had done, and I hated casting. And I said, oh, it's awful. But someone wanted this as a pendant, and I said, no, I'm not putting my name on that. A spoon cutoff. Here's Twiggy. You remember when I made my Twiggy pendant? Does anyone remember my Twiggy pendant? Mm-hmm. So do you remember that?
Yeah. So cool.
there's my Twiggy that I cut out a flat sheet. Jeremy, you falling asleep?
No, not yet.
No, not yet. Well, I'll be done here in a little bit. And then will you come back tomorrow, Jeremy, please? You're done roasting. You don't have a reason not to come back. You don't have a reason to come back. No, I took it as a yes. Okay, you'll come back tomorrow.
Same as Mom.
Okay, you'll come back tomorrow is what you said. Cyndi, we can continue them tomorrow, right? Okay, all right. Hold on. We're going to do Cindy's flat sheet, and then we're going to call it for tonight because we've been on for almost 2 hours. All right, here we go. So do you want to use this as your flat sheet? Because it doesn't matter. This is great because it's fine. It's good size.
Yeah.
Or would you like to use something else?
No,
Would you like to use, this? All right. We'll use this unless you want to use, yeah, we can use this or we can use this one. Let's see if this one's big enough. So that one's big enough, right?
Okay.
Maybe. Oh, but it's no, see, it's like just not big enough. Or is that big enough? See, look at the side.
Is it like okay on the side, both sides?
Ish.
Okay.
All right, let's just use the bigger one. I try and be conservative. Let's make it a little bit bigger and let's go right there. All right, girl, here we go. Like Mom said, go, girl, go. Now you're gonna solder this one down and then we'll finish these. I'll finish these off camera for tomorrow.
Okay.
And then, because the finishing it's boring. So how about that? Does that make you happy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, do you want to leave any excess outside the bezel, or do you want it to be like how my bezels are? Do you want to leave any metal outside, or do you want it to be? You can figure that out. If you want to leave anything on that one, we can, and if you don't want to leave anything on that one, we don't have to. So here's my saw blade I'm going to use, and I would take you over to my saw, my where I saw, but it's boring. So I'm just going to do this here, and we'll saw this down here. And thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. Really appreciate you. I should have had you do this. Damn it. I should have had you do this and break the blade. Here, I'll put a blade in here and you're going to saw. Oh God, this is so not going to go well. Oh, I said it out loud. You're going to do fine. You're going to do just fine. I have a feeling that you're going to master this. Oh God, it's going to not work. Let's see here. Let me make sure that this stays in. Hold on. All right, that's going to stay in for you now. And let me grab you a 1/0 blade and let me make sure that it's going in the right direction. Here, I'm going to get you a fine blade, and then you're going to do so well at this. This is going to be really cool.
Why are you kind of grinning?
I just find joy in the studio. You make me feel warm all over. Isn't that what you said earlier? You make me feel warm all over. How does it feel? All right, so let's see here. So we've got, let me make sure. Hold on. So we've got one direction only. Hold on. No. Okay. One direction only. And you see that I used to be able to see it. Not anymore. Now with these 52-year-old eyes. So I just have to feel. So when you rub your hand up that, you'll feel that it's in the right direction. I think I got it. No. I didn't get it. It's not right. No, it's upside down. Hold on. Is everyone falling asleep in the chat? We have 35 people. All right, hold on. Here, let's do this. Oh, there we go. All right. Are you ready to screw this up? I mean, you ready to saw?
Yeah.
Okay. So loading the blade is not easy. So like you have to do that. See where I load my blade? Do you see? Over 30 years. See where I load it? All right, so you push on this, like, you know, like when you gave birth. Oh my God, your face. And then feel this. Don't saw your finger off, but feel that. Hold on. Go. Okay, you feel that?
Uh-huh.
So, okay, it's loaded right. But see what I'm saying? And it should be a C. Is it a C? Does it need to be tighter? Is it a C? You sing opera. You sing. Can you sing for them? All right. So what I want you to do is I want you to keep this. All right. I want you to keep this level, and I want you to go up and down real slow.
Okay.
Okay. So I want you to go up and down, and you hold here, but don't put your finger in the front. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then go real slow. Real slow.
Like I can only go one way?
No, it's okay. I mean, well, in your life, yeah, you only go one way. Oh, God. Oh, careful. Oh, up and real slow. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sorry, guys. We'll be right with you tomorrow. It's only going to take her 12 hours to get through this. She's got a quarter of an inch to go. Okay. 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 Yep. Yep. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Yep. 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 Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Jeremy, wake up. Jeremy, wake up. Oh, don't. Yep. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Look at you go. You chewed through that like a champion. Girl, you have the hands of God. That is so good. You did great. Look how good it looks.
So I have all my fingers.
You have all your fingers left. Look how good you did.
It's a little...
Look how well you
it's
did.
A little crooked,
look where
though.
I cut. So you guys, okay, so Cyndi did really well. So you can see where I cut, and then you can see where Cyndi took over. Okay, so there is your flat sheet. I am so proud of you. I am so proud. I am, but it's not that bad.
It's crooked.
But it's not that bad. You got really close. For your first time song with a blade that small, I'm proud. Give me a high five. Awesome. You did fantastic. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to take this over and we're going to solder down this, okay? You're going to solder this. All right, here we go. She really did well. I mean, she did better than, well, never mind. All right, here we go. We're going to put this down and we need rocks back. Is Lori J really here? Lori J, I love you. I heard something the other night. You know what I heard? I was so happy the other night to hear the message that you sent to the people that I love. Because I truly love her. I hope she knows that I love her. I love her for calling people out, but I love her for her strength and her resilience. All right, so Cyndi, we're gonna prop this up, and we're gonna do. I love you more, Lori J. I really do love you. And Lori J, I told you the other night on the phone when we talked, if anyone ever comes for you, it's not going to end well. It's just not going to end well. You are my person. You are my friend, and I truly, truly love you. And no one will come for you. You can mark my words on that. If someone comes for you, they're going to get their arms ripped out of their socket and handed to them. And I mean that with love and kindness. That's the Buddhist part of me. I've often said that, like, when people say, well, that's not very nice, I said, I'm not trying to be nice. I'm trying to be honest with you. Don't come for my people. So, and I love you, Lori. You're amazing, and I totally love you. So thank you for being here. I didn't know you were here, honey. And everyone, I don't want to draw attention to it, but can you just put prayers in for Lori J, please? Just put prayers in for no other reason than she's my friend and she's epic and I love her. And I would like you all to support Lori J. Please and thank you. I would appreciate that. A little bit of patience on this goes a long way. So you kind of like do this. Jeremy, if you could watch the chat, that would be wonderful. Jeremy?
Yeah, kind of doing
Okay, if you could watch the chat, that'd be great. All right, so we fluxed both pieces. So did you see I dipped that a little bit? So I just dip it just a little bit. So you don't have to go too crazy. And here's my Stay Silv flux. I'm sorry I didn't show all of you. Here's my Stay Silv flux with my 30-year-old paintbrush that I burnt every bristle off of. And this is Stay Silv. That's what I use. So use Stay Silv. Thank you so much for giving her prayers. She's an epic person. She's epic and she's wonderful. And I consider her a dear friend now. And Lori, you're stuck with me. You're going to have to do an awful lot to get rid of me. That's for sure. Lori, no one better ever shit on you. It's just not going to happen. I'm not going to tolerate that very much. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I protect my people. My people protect me, and I love you all for it so much. I just rebuilt the tripod. I like that much, much better. So Cyndi and I are going to cut, and we're going to solder this down, and then we're going to call the live, because this one's now done. Oops, this one's now done. And Cyndi, you have to decide if you want me to remove the corners or leave the corners. We could put little dots here in the corners, or we can remove. It's your call.
What about on that one, leave the corners?
Leave the corners and leave the. Yep, I might agree with you. I might agree with you. So that's your call, but we can put little dots in the corners.
Yeah, I like the idea.
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
We'll talk about that. But I like that to leave the corners, but we don't have to leave them so dramatic. Okay. But we'll figure that out. Okay. So we might leave the corners on this one. Oh, thank you so much, guys. I'm not really that great of a teacher, though, but thank you, JDA. Thank you so much. All right, so there we go. We don't know if we're going to leave the corners on and solder little raindrops on, but we might leave the corners on that one. And then, like she said, take all the corners off these smaller ones to solder them down to this. And then we have 3 more stones to set. But then I'll show you how to set the stones when we're done with all of this process. Now, I'm going to put these in here because it gets a little tricky. And then we only need I'm going to say we only need on this size of a bezel, we only need about 4 pallions, and these are awfully big, but I want this to be easy to solder for you. I don't want you to get discouraged. So please understand that you can use half the amount of solder that I'm using for these, but I want this to go easy for Cyndi. I don't want her to struggle. So I would use pallions much, much smaller than this, but a little excess solder is fine because you're not going to see it. Now, what I told you before is when we solder this down, they're going to jump around. So it doesn't, placement right now doesn't matter at all. Okay, like you're going to say, well, they're not lined up against the bezel. Nope, they're most certainly not. We're going to need to focus. Listen to this. We're going to need to focus on the outside of this one. So don't focus on the inside. Focus on the outside when we go to heat up, and I'll show you how. Okay, we don't want to focus on the tips of the prongs because then we're going to melt those. We want to go on the outside and heat up underneath. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And we're going to switch out the tips because this is big enough to solder. Oh, and here's my tips, just so everybody knows. There is my little solder torch tip. This is, I believe, a 2/0 or a, let's see here. I think this is the 2/0. No, this is a 2/0, I believe. Okay, there we go. Yeah, 2/0. I just said it. All right, this is probably the one. Let's see here if we could see a number on this one. These have been with me so long. So old it doesn't have a number. And then see the 2 rubber stoppers. You always want to make sure that when you're soldering with your acetylene tank, that these 2 stoppers are present. These will wear out, and then this goes down. I'll show you on here. So here's your torch handle, and there's your on-off, and you can see how long this has been with me. I drop it on the floor all the time after I'm done soldering, so that's 30 years of dropping it. So to put the torch tip on, you push it all the way down, okay? You let those 2 jump rings set, and then you screw this down, so then that holds the torch tip closed. So then you don't have any leakage around here, because that wouldn't be good. Here's where the oxygen comes into the acetylene, and then it goes up to this top torch part, okay? So there you go. All right, thank you so much. All right, here we go. And we're going to do this, and then we're going to get into here, and you're going to come over here, honey. Now, we just knocked this. I knocked it over. Hold on. Let's set up our little tripod, our little heat sink. And then you're going to come over here. Yep. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Give me 1 second. And then it's a little too torchy. Hold on. We're going to go there. And then I'll have you not, yep, don't touch anything else but there. And then come around here.
Like, you make over
Hold on. Hold on. Let me move it here for you. Yeah, that's good. Let me move it here for you. And let me move this way. Hold on, guys. We're getting repositioned over here because we're like running out of space. Hold on. Let's move this up, and let's move this up, and let's put this out of the way. Hopefully that's in the camera, guys. All right, Wilson, come here. Put your hand. Put your hand there. Go ahead. And then a little bit. Don't go too crazy. Don't go too crazy. Let's get the flux burned off. Yep. See, it's becoming tacky and glass-like. We're burning off all the water. And then once you do that, I'm going to have you back out. Once the water's all gone, I'll have you back out. It's okay. It's okay. All right. Aw, Jeremy, you're so patient over there watching the chat. Thank you, Jeremy, for being so kind. This is this was her lifelong dream, to come screw up my studio. So this is her lifelong dream. All right, let's get down here a little bit more because this is getting awfully dirty. Now we want to go a little bit cleaner. All right, so there we go. Hold on. Now let me position. We got our metal a little dirty, which isn't cool, but it's okay. Industrious Jones, problem-solving Jason is here for the rescue. Oops, hold on. Let me get that out of your way. Hold on. Let's move this out of your way. Here, now you can come on over. Hold on. Yep, hold on. Let me line up. And then here, keep the torch right there for me. Hold on. Right there. Just a little bit of heat. Hold on. Oh, wait 1 second. There's too many pallions. Hold on. Hold on. Too many pallions. Hold on. There's too many in here. I got to take one out. Hold on. Okay. We got to grab one. False alarm. We got to grab one and get it out of there. Hold on. Let me go here. We got to grab that and pull that out. Hold on. Let's put that back in there. We had too many in. Hold on. Yep.
Right there. Hold it?
Yeah. Hold it right there.
Okay.
Yep. You're fine. And then I just got to move a couple more. Don't let anything solder yet. Okay. A little bit more. Hold on. And then let me move over. I'll be right back, guys. Don't think I'm taking you off camera. Oh, wait. Here. We got to move this one down. Hold on. We got to move this one down, and it's a little stuck. All right. So we're using the flux to our advantage. You know what? We need one right here. We were right. We need one more. And I'm going to show you guys here in just a second before we solder. So don't get upset with me that we're off camera. Hold on. Give me a minute. I got to re-add one more. So we were right. I was wrong. We need one more at the top there. Hold on. And I'm going to show you guys. So when that flux becomes tacky, you take your probe and you move all these. So let's double check. Now, Cyndi, what do you think of position? Hold on. What do you think of position on those? This one's a little close to this one. Hold on. Let's go all the way over here and let's heat this one and move this one. Be right back, guys. Be right back. I can't believe it took us 2 hours to make bezels, but it's fine. It's fun. This is a fun time. I'm not liking this one. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Let me take this for you for 1 sec. I don't like this one. It's the one we're going to move this down because now look what happened. We're a little bit, hold on. I'm going to show you guys rather than tell you guys here. Let me move it here so you can see what I'm doing. We're a little off center, so we have to move this whole thing over. We have to move the whole thing over. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Let me put down. There we go. See how I moved it?
Okay.
Okay, so now we're more central. Let me make sure we're centered on this side. We got to move that one. Ugh, it's too close together. It's my fault. Hold on. It's too close on this side. So this one needs to be, you know what? I might be able, with you, I might be able to create a miracle. Let's see here. Let's move this one down. Oh, I almost made it too hot. Let's move, oh shoot. Now I fidgeted too much. All right, here we go. All right, what do you think of the placement of those? Now we don't have one here. We don't have one, we have it there instead. Let's push it down on the flat sheet. Let's move this. Hold on, guys, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Jeremy, what are they saying? I can't see. Anyone saying anything?
Not really.
Can you guys give us some well wishes? Because we're going to need it. We're going to need it on this one. Hold on. I got to put us back up on the bricks. Oh, we got to pick up this whole thing. Here we go. We're going to pick up this whole contraption now. And then Cyndi's going to solder this bitch together. Cyndi's going to solder this bitch together. She's going to do it. We need some prayers in the chat. We need some bots and we need some prayers. All right, here we go. Here we go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to focus on the outside of, not in the center of this. We're going to focus on these corners and we're going to torch underneath.
Should we almost go angled?
Yes. So let's go angled underneath. Slow, slow, slow. And we're going to heat up. We got to turn this up a little bit. I'm getting a little frustrated. Hold on 1 second. Let's turn this up. There we go. I like it better. Don't touch that knob though, honey.
Oh, okay.
All right. Don't touch the knob. And then let's go up here. Hold on. We're getting it. It's heating up, girl. It's getting ready to go. We're getting ready to go. Let's go under. Under, under, under. Under, under, under. Corner, corner, corner. Up, up, up. Over here, over here, over here. Yep. Good job. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Go under, under, under. Under, under, under. Are you seeing anything flow? You got to watch because it's going to start to flow. We're getting hot, hot, hot. Oh, we're getting hot, hot, hot over here. All right, come on. Are we flowing yet? Did we flow?
I mean, it looks
Are we
like
flowing?
We did, but I can't.
No, I don't know. Let me take here. Let me go on this side, and then I'll hand you back over. Yep, yep, yep. Heat, heat, heat. Heat, heat, heat. Flow, flow, flow. We're flowing. We're flowing. Keep heating. Keep heating. Even, even, even. Even, even, even. Even, even, even. Boom. Did you see it flow?
Oh,
Did you
like
see?
when it goes
I know.
like
Did you
that?
see? Yeah. Look.
Oh,
Boom.
okay.
It was like, I got this. I got this. You heated it so even, and that's why there was success. Because you heated it. Look at it. It's so flush. And look how that soldered down. Like the hand of a master. What in the heck, Cyndi? Do you want to just take over my job? You should just take over. You know what? I could be a nurse and you could be a metalsmith.
Oh dear.
I know, I should be a nurse. Oh, I would have the patience of a saint with people. I would be very good at being a nurse.
Mary's probably-
Oh my God, look at that. So check that out. Look at the solder seam she created. You did perfect. You did really well.
That's really neat.
Isn't that cool though? Look at that. That solder ran right around there like it needed to. So what we're going to do is on this one, we're going to go into this and we're going to cut all this metal away on the outside with our jeweler saw. I could do that really quick and show you. And then we can file and sand this one down really quick. And then we'll call it. So just give us a couple more minutes. I'm going to show you, Cyndi. Now, I don't know where we put our stone. Oh, here it is. Now, this one won't much matter because, oh, look at the way it fit down in there. I just dropped it down in and that little bitch was like, you know what? I'm all at home. I am all at home. It is so excited it doesn't want to come out. But yeah, that is, I just dropped it down in. That is going to be epic. So we'll pop that out of there in 2 seconds. And that's just a little scuff on the stone. It's no big deal. But check that out. Internal inclusion is what I meant to say, not scuff. But check that out, the way that that dropped right down in. So let's soak that for a second. We'll release that. Tap, 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 tap. And it'll come right out.
There you go.
Yeah, there we go. So it came right out. But look at that. Absolutely perfection. Now, I have a pickle pot over there, and it's called a pickle pot for a reason. It's hydrochloric acid in a crock pot. And obviously, you don't, use a crock pot that we use for food. You get a vintage crock pot at the thrift, like I did. And this is the pickling compound. So this is not, I didn't say dickle, I said pickle. I didn't say dickle, because there are dickles in the world, but not in this house. It's pickling compound. And it is a hydrochloric acid, I believe. Sodium something, avoid contact with skin and eyes. It was $3.25 when I bought it. It's probably now $19.99. You open this up with a screwdriver. You do keep this, airtight. You do not have this around water. You keep this airtight. And this is pickling compound. So it's a powdered or a crystalline form. You put it into water. You use about 2... I like a weaker pickle solution. You use a 2 tablespoon per about gallon of water. But you do you, I do me, and it just works. Now, what I'm going to show you is what I've talked about before. I'll go put this in the pickle pot. It's like dropping it into a crock pot, so you really don't need to see the whole process. I'll take you over there. Hold on. I can already tell. They're going to go, well, I want to see it. I want to see it. Okay, not a problem. You're not going to see my whole studio because I'm going to cover you up. So we're going to come over here. Jeremy, how much more percentage do you have on your phone, I wonder?
I don't know.
Oh, I don't know either. You probably have to plug in. Now, we're over here at the crock pot. So this is the pickle pot, and you can see how long it's been on here. It's been on here a long time. I don't know how to tell how much time you have. Oh, we're down to 10%. Ooh, we got to plug this in. All right, so this has been cooking for a while, and you can see that this is all hydrochloric acid in there. I'll have you hold this here. That would be fabulous. Like right there, not bobbly. And then I'll drop this in. It will bubble. There you go. It bubbles up. And we're going to clean this metal. And then I will show you. You saw how dirty that was. It doesn't take long in the pickle pot. You just leave it in for a couple seconds. Copper tongs only. Do not put steel tongs in a pickle pot. You will copper plate everything you ever make. It's not a good look. And it's not a good situation. Guys, we just lost you for a second. Sorry about that. Sorry about the feed. Yeah, and sorry about the wall behind here. Okay, so why I put this in this part of the studio is, doesn't matter how dirty and how disheveled, but that's because this is highly toxic. So I keep it away from everything else. Hold right there, Jeremy, please, and thank you. I appreciate that very, very much. And we will pull that out of there now because that's how long it takes. And no, should I put my hands on this? No, give me 1 minute. I'll be right back in 2 seconds. Stay put, Jeremy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you waiting for me. And I will move this over here. So I've often told you that when you solder, you raise the fine silver to the surface. And I've said that 9.2 million times. And the reason for that is, look at your solder seam. Look how good. So look how beautiful. So isn't that stunning? All right, so I've said before, like people say, why does your silver look so white? Well, it's because you raise the fine silver to the surface. And we'll hold it right about there if that's okay. Thank you. Instead of showing them my whole dirty basement and then having people judge me. So that's the fine silver on the surface. So that is now pickled and cleaned and fantastic. So yeah, I have a resident spider underneath my pickle pot, but I don't like to get rid of her. I just leave her there. She ain't bothering anything. So, and then we'll zoom in a little bit so we don't show them the whole disgusting, dirty basement. There we go. And this is studio number 2. This is not my primary, but this is where I have enough room to have Cyndi and Jeremy and guests in the studio. So we'll let that cook for a minute. I should have showed you before, but you get the gist. And there is this amazingly beautiful, this is absolutely beautiful. This bezel is insane. Yes, my hands are dirty. And when people say, God, your hands are so dirty. Yeah, dirty hands are busy hands. Dirty hands are wealthy hands. It's just true. It's truth and transparency. So this one is now cooked in our pickle solution. Let me quench this and get this cleaned up. That's how quick I leave it in my hydrochloric acid. Other people leave it in there for like 4 hours and it eats their solder seams. Yes, I'll just put it in my hand. I don't care. So check that out. So look how white that becomes. Jeremy, I'll be right back. Just hold them there. So those are now both pickled. I'll take you back over the bench in just a second. Thank you for your patience and your kindness. And we got 2 bezels done in like 17 hours. Normally that would take me, without talking and doing a video, each bezel on a plate might take me start to finish 18 minutes at most. But that's because I just take my time. Thank you, Jeremy. I got you, and we're gonna not do that. I'll have you unplug if that's okay. Thank you so much, and I'll plug back in when I go over there. Thank you so much. Just hold that plug there for me for 1 second. Like team effort, this is awesome. So we'll drop you right back off here, and then we'll move you back over to the table in about 2 seconds. So I can't get rid of that spider because she's so, like, she's been with me a long time. I think, I don't even know if it's the same one for, can you undo that and like give it, like, get the jumble unjumbled and not, thank you. And then I'll plug them back in and we'll go over here. I'm going to show them up on this side of the bench then. And then that way I can get the phone plugged back in. Let's move you back over to the table. And I have to plug you guys in over here. Sorry about the jumbling, but that's just the way it goes. And then we'll zoom in again here. And we'll focus you all right there. Love it. All right, here we go. So I'm going to work on finishing this. This is your other stone. This is her other stone. And this is the other stone. So we'll have to work on these 3 tomorrow. Not a problem. We'll get it done. And we're going to send Cyndi home to Texas with a new bracelet. Now, you want to cut the rest of this off, but you might want to leave this.
Yeah, I think
Let's
so.
line this up. So I said the black goes on the bottom and the clear goes on the top. There we go. We're almost done, guys. So check that out. So there is our first bezel that we constructed. Cyndi might want the excess metal left, and then we'll solder little raindrops down. So we'll adjust that one according to what she wants to do. But that is an epic bezel. Absolutely gorgeous. And then we'll set these here. Let me move this out of the way. Let me move this over here. Boy, talk about fidgeting. Whew, this is a tough one to watch. All right, so she wants to remove the metal out of here. So we're gonna cut around this with the saw blade. I'll pop the stone out now, and then we're gonna call it, and I'll show you how I file these down. So there we go, we got the stone out. Now we're cruising. We're gonna leave the stone right there. I am gonna saw this, Cyndi, because this is gonna be a nightmare. At best. And then we will have you file it down. So I'll remove all this. I'll be right back with you guys. Jeremy, watch the chat. I need a light. Hold on. I'm having a hell of a time seeing it. Yeah, if you don't mind, that'd be great. I'm having a hell of a time seeing the seam. If you just hold above it. Yeah, thank you. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just having a hell of a time seeing it tonight. Yeah, I should have my little, eventually I should probably be using my OptiVisor. But the little stuff, it's just getting so tough to see. I think it's eye strain from our phones, you know?
Oh, for sure.
I think it is. And then when I read the chat, sometimes I'm like, what does that say? You know? Oh, boy, it's tough sometimes. Tough to see it. All right, so we got that part off, and then let's go with this right here. I would have to do it, but this is really going to be a tight squeeze. And I don't want to cut into the bezel at all, which this is a little too wide, but it's going to work. And we'll just sand it down and file it down. Jeremy, how's it looking in the chat over there? Okay, let them know about tomorrow night again.
We will be having our sale tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Yep, at 6 a.m. Jeremy's going to be by himself at that sale. We're going to have it at 6 a.m. I don't know about that. I don't know what the hell you're doing at 6 a.m. But check out the way we cut that out. And now we have this. So now we have to file that down because that's a mess. So just give me a minute. Let me pop the stone in. What I like to do is I like to put a stone in, and then I like to file this down with the stone in, is what I'm saying. And there's another big nasty hair on it. Let me grind that down with our larger file. And let's grind this down a little bit. So I wish I could show you guys, but I'll show you. So this excess edge up there, right here, watch how quick that goes away. So you see that excess, and then Cyndi, what I do is watch. I'm just going to show you. I'm not going to tell you. So you just go like parallel to this. It cuts in one direction. You don't hear me go like this. You don't, I'd kill you if you did that. So you guys, when you use a file, you push. You push. You don't go e. No, you push. It cuts in one direction. So you never drag it back. It's not like a nail file. It cuts in one direction because it has teeth in one direction. And then you tap out because you see how that gets in there. If you don't like that and you say, I don't like it, you use this for it's a file brush. This is a steel bristle brush. And then you go like this, watch. So you see all that in there? Watch. Do you see what it just did? Mm-hmm. Got rid of all of it. So that's the key to not wasting, 45 minutes of your life with a file that's impacted with silver, and then you move this over, double tap on that so you don't lose your handle, and then you go like this. So you push, do not hit this bezel wire. So you're on this one edge right here. And then I just go around a couple times, and as you get down to where you need to go, you'll see where there's excess, and then you just make sure it's an exact circle because your hand feels that. Your eyes might tell you something different. Your hands are your guide. Your hands are what do it. Your eyes, you could almost do this blindfolded after 30 years. You just feel it. You feel where you can just feel it. Like right there, I already knew. I didn't have to see it. I just knew to hit it there. I just knew to hit it there. So here, you rest your hands here, okay? And then you take the file now and you don't hit this wire. Stay on this very bottom edge where that bezel hit the flat sheet, and you go all the way around, and you can angle it this way if you want, like this. You can angle it this way. Don't angle it this way. Do not remove metal up here. Remove metal down here. So you can angle it. Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna let you do it. So you're gonna do, and you don't have to go crazy because you can see where that little lip is right there. So just go around and you'll see the lip. You can see that little lip there. Stay focused on that. Where you don't see a lip, don't file. See the lip right here? So you want to file that. You want to say, okay, so there's a little tiny lip right here. So see how much silver I've removed already? So you want to file this very edge. You don't want to tip the file up here to hit these prongs. You want to stay down here on that bottom edge where you've soldered the flat sheet down. Hold the stone in, don't hit the stone. But that's just holding your prongs where they need to be, okay? So I'm gonna let you sit here, it's fine. And I'm gonna let you take the file and you go to town. Let me clean it out for you. And then you just, like I said, it cuts in one direction, buddy, okay? So you just, and again, rest your hand so it's comfortable. And then you just use your hand and just go slow. And it's just like this. See what I'm saying? Just go slow and the full file. Don't go like this. Okay, go full file and just stay on that bottom edge. And I'll watch you, okay? So hold it there. And then hold that in your other hand. Yep. And you're good. Yep, you're good to go. And then just stay on that bottom edge. Yep. And you just go as comfortable as it is. Yep. Yep. It's okay. Yep, right there. Yeah. All right, we're going to give her some time to file that down, and I'm going to show you, again, this one came out great, and our cuff bracelet is very, very close to me here somewhere, and we're going to file this down too eventually. So tomorrow, we're going to set this one, we're going to set the carnelian, we're going to set the apatite, and we're going to set this star garnet. So these are going to be tomorrow's, and Jeremy is sitting, and he's sleeping sitting. I wish I could show you guys. He's actually sleeping sitting upright. He's actually sound asleep. I'm not kidding you guys. It's unbelievable. Did you see him, Cyndi? He was sleeping, just sitting there.
It's talent.
He's gonna blame his cats. It is talent, but that's what I put up with too. Like during the previews, people are like, "Why are you such a bitch?" And I go, "Well, because every time I ask him for something, I look over and he's sound asleep." So, but I mean, you know, it is what it is. Oh, did he put something in the chat? He did. I am not. LOL. He sure is. Pistachio, you know the truth. Pistachio knows. Judith Mitchell knows too. She knows that it's a mess. She knows what I have to deal with. Judith knows why I'm a bitch. She knows. Cyndi, don't fuck that up. Oops, I mean, don't screw that up.
Who said fuck?
You know, right? That's right. I am resting my eyes, but they are actually open when he picks on me. Drawings for more things I want to work on. There's the peridot that I'll be setting. Look at the bezel. Yeah, I made that bezel, all right. Look at that peridot sitting down in its bezel. Are you ready to be set? Yes, I am. Yes, I'm ready to be set. But now I don't know. Is it this one? Or is it the cutoff from the world famous diamond brooch I made years ago with the two Mary Ellen McDermott hands? Everyone voted for the third one, and that's probably what it's going to be. Yes, please and thank you. And look what's out on my desk. Is Judith Mitchell still here? Judith Mitchell. Judith Mitchell. You're my favorite bead artist. Judith Mitchell made me these.
Oh, wow.
I know, but you can't have them because they're all mine.
Oh.
Look at the way she did these. Judith
That's
Mitchell.
so pretty.
Paging Judith Mitchell. Is she here?
Yeah, I said yes.
Judith, where are you? Can everyone tell Judith how much they love these? Judith made me these epic beads that I absolutely friggin' love. And I love them. Look at this one. Cyndi, look. What the what? What? Judith Mitchell. She's so talented and I'm so grateful. What a lovely gift. So, because she said I'm friggin' awesome, but she doesn't use the word friggin'. You know which word she uses. I'm putting these on. Yeah, I just put them on. Yep, they're staying on. I'm not taking those off. All right. And then look, this is my tourmaline ring that I made years ago. Look at, there's the ring and it's on this long chain. So I would put it on my pinky and I would wear this and look, it would dangle for like 6 yards. So that's my tourmaline I set. And then there's the ring and it's got this little fine chain. And I would have this in my hand. Like I would just hold it as a talisman. But that's a watermelon tourmaline. And I made the mounting. I made all those little prongs, the little beads. And I soldered it down. Do you want me to check it? Do you want me to check it? Or do you want to totally mess it up?
Probably
Oh, no, you're good, doing okay. You're doing fine.
I mean, you probably should check it.
Do you want me to check it?
Yeah.
Here. And then you can tell on the back, honey. Like, look at it. So you can see on the back, it's almost round. See what I'm saying? It's almost round. It is. It's almost round.
I feel like you're laughing at me a little bit.
No, I wouldn't laugh at you. Not yet. I wouldn't laugh at you. I mean, it's really close to round, though. Look, it's close. Do you want to show them? Do you want to show them? Yeah. Do you think this is fairly round? It is. I mean, I think it's fairly round.
No.
I do. Look, it's not like a jelly bean. It's like fairly round. I think you just like a little bit more. Look how dirty my hands are. It's fairly round.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so close to round. Like it's really close. Like especially that egg shape right there. But it's close. Go ahead. Just take your time. You're not in a race.
Okay.
You know, it's not about being in a race. You're doing really well for your first time. You're actually, if you were a student of mine,
Can I
would
look
say,
at this way? Because this is
Sure.
much easier.
Sure, but sometimes okay, great point. Sometimes yes, sometimes no, because then when you turn it around, it may be really not good. So like you can do that a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want me to help you?
No.
No? Okay. Why is it so funny? Why is that funny?
I don't know.
Why is it funny? They loved you the other night, and my mom said you were the right
Aw.
person for that sorting. You were the right
That
person.
was so fun.
Oh my God, that was amazing. I had so much fun with you. But I want to make this into something. You know what I was thinking is, if the client, aka friend, doesn't want her peridot as the exclamation point like I want it on there, like if she doesn't want that as the pendant, you know what I want? I'll show you what I want to do. So then I want to sell it. I want to put a J-bow. I want to put a J-bow at the bottom of it, but I have to run 2 huge sticks of silver here and here that are longer and bigger.
Wow.
See, like I want like a stick of silver, not that long, but about half that. So much more dynamic. So I use this for jump rings. Do you guys want to see how to make jump rings? So you take the wire and you wrap it around a dowel like this, and then you use your saw frame and you saw that off. And then you have a whole curly Q, and then you solder all these down like I did years ago. God, is that dirty? But I want to finish this, I think. I think I want to finish my key ring. And it was going to be called a key ring for the obvious reasons, but I was going to load it with tiny little skeleton keys. I have like 30 of them that I collected, like antique ones, and I wanted a whole ring full of them for a thumb ring. I'd like to wear that tomorrow night, but I don't know if I'm going to get it done in time. I always have these grandiose ideas, and then I'll be 80 years old, and this will still be on my bench. I won't be able to finish it. But yeah, I think I'm going to do. I kind of like this. Does anyone like that as a pendant? Because then I would sell it. So like if this isn't resonating with her and she wants the hands, would anyone buy that if I did a J-bow marble? I don't know if anyone would buy it. Probably not. I'm probably imagining things. But that's okay. Let me show you on this one. Let me move Cyndi's stones out of the way. I'm so proud of that mounting, Cyndi. I love that you chose that stone. So like where I want to set that is there. And then I want to put the hands one back here. How's it going over there? Why'd you move? Oh, okay. Never mind. I'll mind my own business. Oh, you're doing fine.
What?
You're doing okay. I
can't see.
Oh, okay, you can't see. Oh, I'll move that over. All you have to do is say something and I'll help you. Here. Don't touch this though. This is really hot.
Okay.
Okay, can you see better?
Yeah.
See, that's why I have that. Okay. Is everyone enjoying it? I feel like
it's less eggy.
It's less eggy now? Can I see it? Should we have them take a look? Oh, it is. Look. It's less eggy. It is. It's,
I feel like okay, where do I need to do?
No, I think you're close.
Okay.
Could I maybe help you for like a second?
Yeah.
Is that okay? Yeah. No, you don't have to get up. No, I'll just help you for a second, okay? And then we'll have them take a look in the chat and see what they think about it. Thank you all for joining in. And Jeremy is so thrilled.
They said museum worthy.
Which one? Oh, the one you're working on. Yeah, the egg. Hold on, wait, the egg pendant. Jeremy, are you excited about tomorrow night with your coffee samples? Yeah. Did you tell them how many samples you have? Like how many different blends?
Just 2 for tomorrow.
Okay, so you have Silverado and Bullyquake?
Yeah.
How many of you in the chat are going to buy coffee tomorrow night? Put the word coffee if you're going to try one of Jeremy's samples. They're only $3 a bag.
Are you going to have Midnight Blend?
I think I have a sample left. I don't have anything with that.
You like that one?
Yeah.
I like Silverado though for some reason.
The house
I'm like almost over the house blend, but it's the most the most common one. That's the one that everybody runs
I made
to.
Up a blend, but I don't
so let's see. You got some. Look, you've got 1, 2, 3.
Coffee,
Someone said they love Silverado. Joshy boy, I love you. Oh, Joshy, your ring is right off camera. Your ring I'm making you. I'm still making you your ring, Joshy. I didn't forget. Cyndi cut in line though. Cyndi said, I'm going back to Texas and I need this cuff bracelet. And so Joshy boy, you're right off camera. I'm going to start working on yours tomorrow. And I owe one for Kristen Roth too. I owe her a pendant. I said I would make her a pendant. And now we're like 3 months later.
You're so happy here though.
This is my happy space.
Like you can tell that you're like.
This is my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't want to brag, but did you see it's pretty circular? I don't want to brag though. I don't want to rub it in your face. I'd prefer not to rub it in your face. It took you 12 hours to get an egg shape, and I'm really proud of you. So, but it only took me 15 seconds to get around. So we're good. We make a good team. But this is my place though. This is my place and it's where I belong. And that's why I said, I think I'm gonna not do a lot of videos right now about the education of antiques just because I need to be doing this. And I need to start making
So
things
there's a
quick.
question. Are any of your coffees low acid?
For the most part,
Silverado?
they're all very smooth.
Yeah.
The acidity is I would say
Do you
it
like
tends to run lower.
Because you were. Okay,
Um,
I see.
And if y'all want to know exactly how I come up with the name of the Silverado blend, I think you should be able to figure that out.
Maybe because you have a
yesterday.
Silverado truck.
Damn it, Cyndi. Damn it, Cyndi.
So I came up with a blend that I think Jeremy should do, but it still needs a name.
What is it?
It was Ethiopian and Papua New Guinea.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Ethiopian and Papua New Guinea.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
we have to come up with a name. I think it's going to be world famous.
Oh,
yeah.
world famous.
I mean,
Yeah.
Papua New Guinea's coffee is very, very good.
If Jeremy will let me.
What's my favorite blend? I actually like them all.
I wouldn't let you. I'm just saying.
But I will have to say the new one
like
that's going to be
Mini
coming out, which is a Mexican and Peru mix,
Yeah, that's much better.
is pretty fantastic.
You're really good at this.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, so it looks pretty round.
That's definitely round.
Let's hold on, and then we'll do this. We'll show them wet dry sandpaper again. And the easiest way to do this is, we'll take the stone out because I don't want to ever scratch a stone. Boy, are my hands dirty. Take the stone out of there. You know, we didn't hit the stone with the file at all, but that holds the prongs in place. But look how round. And we don't worry about that little the little discoloration in the bottom. That's just some more flux that needs to be cleaned. That's all that is. And then you hold the prongs so you don't hit them. And then you can just let me dip this in water really quick. Hold on, you stay there.
Okay.
You're fine.
Okay.
I'll get this larger sheet. This will be easier. So, how's everyone feeling out there? Did you enjoy did anyone enjoy this? Do we need to do this more often? Is tonight Monday?
Yeah.
Oh, is it really? Really?
Yeah.
Shit. You know, can I be perfectly honest and tell you guys that I don't have anything inventoried for tomorrow night's sale? I have nothing inventoried. Meaning I have no weights, no measurements, no ring sizes. It's not done. I flicked the whole day. I flicked the whole day with Cyndi and Jeremy. And then I should show them the stuff we bought. The very few things I bought at the last minute. I should show them. So I bought some vintage pieces too today. 89 people are here? Really?
No, I have 39.
Oh, 39 people are here. 64 thumbs up. Oh, and we got super chats. Holy shoot. We got a lot of super chats in. Thank you all so much for tuning in. And wet dry sandpaper, and you just go around the outside. And Cyndi, I just hold it like this and then just go even all the way around. And this is really worn out. But you just go all the way around the outside just to knock down that edge a little bit. And then I do this too because it levels it out on the back and it makes a nice finish. So I know, isn't it pretty?
Like pearl.
It does. It looks like a pearl. You're exactly right. Instead of an Easter egg. Instead of a hard-boiled egg. I mean, you got really close.
I did.
You did. Okay. It's becoming much more round and much more attractive. So that's how you make a bezel. And usually, like I said, it would take me, for the two of them, it would take me about probably 20, 25 minutes at most for both of them. And 2 hours and 32 minutes later, we got 2 bezels done, but that's okay because we got tomorrow before the sale. But I want to send Cyndi home with this, and she's only in town until Wednesday. So, and I want her to go home with a cuff bracelet. So there's that. I'll continue to finish that off camera, and we'll put that in there to show you. The amethyst is going to fit perfectly down in that crown setting. It's going to be a stunner, absolutely gorgeous. So that's how you make a silver bezel. And then this one, we're going to leave the outside there. So I'll show you the 2 finished ones. We'll step this out of the way. And then we're going to call it. We're going to say goodnight to everyone because I have to go inventory the sale for tomorrow. We have that major consignment from Arizona. And then half the sale is Cecil's collection that I purchased directly from Cecil. So I will get into that. So now we have 2 bezels done. This will go in the center of this cuff. And that will go there. And then this one is going to step down here. But we're going to put this little star garnet in between. We're going to put the apatite over here. We'll make that bezel tomorrow. We'll make the bezel for the oval. So I might work on these two tonight for you, just so that we can be a little bit quicker
Which other one
tomorrow.
were we doing in a crown? Were we doing...
Did you want, well, we were going to switch these or
I think
this
so.
one? So do you want that one in the crown or you want this one over here? I don't know. We can move that, or we were going to move.
Maybe
See, we can move this one here and do us. We could do that in a crown.
Okay.
Or we could move these two. So we can position them anywhere. But look, then a crown, crown, bezel, bezel, bezel.
Okay.
So I don't know. However you want to do it is fine. It's your bracelet. You're wearing it. So whatever you want it to look like, it's fine. And then when we solder these down, we'll solder them to the top. Boy, that's not really fitting in the screen very well. So that's not fitting in the screen very well. Oh, look at that. All right. So there's that. There's that. There's that. And then I don't know. We could do a crown on that one if you want.
Which one?
So this one, and then we can move this one here. We could put this one here. And then we could put this one in a crown. And then it would be bezel, 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 crown, crown. I don't know. I don't know. But I think this one could go in a crown mounting very easy. And this one, we could just move them. So it could be a crown, the two bezels, a crown, and then a bezel. So it'd be like divided up differently. I don't know. Can you think about it? Do you want to think about it? And then, I mean, we're going to solder them down after we make all the bezels. Okay. So we don't have to solder them down, but we'll decide that and then the spacing of it. And then do you want to put this one long ways or do you want to put this one this way, like a jelly bean? Do you want it long like an oval or do you want it up and down like this on the shank? Meaning, because this one you have no choice. This one has to go this way because I told you. And then, so it doesn't hit your hand when you wear it. And then this can go this way or this can go this way.
I think long ways.
Long ways like this? Maybe. Or like this?
No, other way.
This.
Yeah. Yeah,
agreed. Agreed. Yeah, so we can do these two bezels, this one a crown, and that one a bezel, so it breaks it up. Okay. See what I mean? Because I don't want two crowns on the back of it. I don't know. I don't like that whole. I don't like. It's too symmetrical. Okay. But I like that broken up because I like the orange next to the purple, and I like the blue of apatite next to the star garnet, and then that pink in the center. Do y'all love the color combination and the stones for Cyndi's bracelet? Do you love that? I don't know. Do y'all love that? Because I think it's pretty epic. So, do you like the flow of those stones, or should we move this one? So we can think about it for tomorrow. Jeremy, could you want to come back up or should I just do a live on mine? So
do live on yours.
I'll do a live on mine tomorrow night. We'll come down into the studio. Can you come back can you be here at like 11 tomorrow and then we can start at noon? Yeah. Is that okay? Yeah. Oh, and I missed my appointment today with Doc, my chiropractic. Oh, no. He called me and he said, are you okay? He left me a voicemail. I said, yeah. I called him back and I said, I'm fine. And he goes, oh, I was just worried because you're supposed to be here today at 2:45. And I'm like, oh. So I have to call him tomorrow and reschedule for Wednesday because my back's just like really tight. Yeah. It's right in the center. So I have to go. It's just chiropractic appointment, but I do have to keep up with it because it's about self-care. 20 minutes to myself is like, I'd pay $5,000 for 20 minutes to myself these days. I just would. And then I'm going to do these pearls. Let me show you this really quick. My mom purchased these. And she loves these. And we got these from my friend William at Imperial Gems. And I wanted to buy these, but my mom sprung into action. These are natural colored, cultured pearls. And these are freshwater from China. These are not Akoya pearls from Japan. These are freshwater from China. And they are some of the most lustrous and beautiful pearls. So the retail on this, he wanted at a reasonable price of, I believe, $480 for the strand, temporarily strung. He wanted, I think it was like $475. And I'll be honest with all of you, and I'll tell you, the reason why I deal with these people and have for a long time is we got these for $150. And that is virtually impossible these days to wind up with pearls this color and this quality for so little money. You can buy finer pearls than this, but you're going to be spending $5,000 to $8,000 if they were perfectly round and stuff. I'm spitting all over myself. I'm so excited. Did you see this Hakalugi on my arm? Did you see? I got so excited I spit on myself. All right, so those are going to be strung for Mary. I'm not stringing them. My friend Janaya is. I'm not doing it. I said to my mom, I said, my pearl stringing days are done. There's not enough Jason to go around right now. And she said, have Janaya do them. She does so fabulous. And I said, I'll supply her with the clasp and she'll take care of the rest, which she does. This needs to go somewhere flat, like right here. All right, does anyone else have any questions in the chat? Cyndi, I think I'm going to work on, do you want me to bezel set this one? Because these, you could help me with this one, and this one will do a crown, right? We'll do the crown.
yeah.
All right, I'll work on this one and this one tonight. You'll help me do this one tomorrow.
Okay.
All right, we'll do it on film, and then we can solder the whole thing together.
Okay.
And then set the stones for them tomorrow. So
Okay.
hopefully I could do these two tonight while I inventory the sale. So, and then if anyone knows out there, I have tons of the old Navajo hooks for the necklaces for squash blossoms. I think that's it. Does anyone have any questions at all? Because I think we're going to call it. Jeremy and Cyndi are both very, very tired out. I'm pretty spent, but I have about another 12 hours ahead of me, which is the normal. I'm okay with it. Any questions at all, Jeremy, in the chat? No?
Nope.
Okay, I'm going to switch with you really
ready to
quick.
roll.
All right. So thank you all so much for tuning in. We greatly appreciate it. So I'm going to hop on tomorrow on my channel with Cyndi, and I'm going to work on this bezel and this bezel tonight. Crown one for this one, and maybe I'll do all three bezels, but we'll get this soldered together tomorrow, and then you're gonna have to decide on that if you want to put those down. So if you want to put little silver beads in the corners,
I think for like little silver beads in the corner.
that's okay. Little silver beads in the corner. I think you're exactly right, but they're gonna have to be smaller than these little guys that I already created.
Okay.
So these were from another project. But these silver ones, these are epic. These are so big. God, look how dirty my bench is. I got to clean this off for tomorrow because that's just too dirty at a certain point. All right. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you for dealing with my dirty hands. I so appreciate you all so much.
Thank you so much. This
You're
was so much
welcome.
fun.
I hope you had fun.
Absolutely.
I hope so. I meant well, and I hope it came out okay. So, all right, guys. So that's it. We are gonna let you all go. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we will see you back on my channel tomorrow before our sale. And I do need to get some rest before our sale because I'm going to take a nap in the afternoon tomorrow. It's going to happen. So I'll work on some more bezels tonight. We'll get this crafted tomorrow. And we so appreciate y'all for tuning in. Thanks so much. We'll see you tomorrow night live at the Bully Run sale. Appreciate y'all. Cyndi, thanks for your help.
Thank you.
Jeremy, thanks for co-piloting.
Yep,
Thank you.
absolutely.
All right.
Good
Good night,
night.
everyone.
Bye,
Love
everyone.
you. Love you so much. Night, night.